Sam, did you know that if you were to head over to patreon.com/freshlygrounded and you click become a Patreon, for only around $5 a month, you'll be able to support the podcast. Just in the sense of just supporting it because you want to support it. But you'd also get a couple of things. You'd get the podcast one day earlier than everybody else. You'd get it on Thursdays. You would also get extra content. You would also get further discounts. And like I said, you'll be supporting it. For around $5 a month, you become Patreon, which is like a premium subscriber. There's a whole bunch of other stuff you get with it. However, and also we, by the way, just launched this Freshly Grounded jumper, as well as we have the mugs back in stock, which you can get from freshlygrounded.com/shop. But I'm going to say a little thing here, Sam.
Go on.
I think we do a little offer for the Patreon subscribers.
That's a good idea.
Yeah?
Can I come up with it?
You come up with it right now.
For a Patreon, yeah?
For a Patreon.
Check this out. Ready for this?
Go ahead.
We haven't communicated this.
We have not communicated this. I'm scared.
If you're a Patreon, 50% off.
Boom.
Done. No.
Right, that's 50%. It, guys. If you are a Patreon subscriber, you get 50% off of this sweatshirt right here. So that means you get it for £15. Woo. Go to
cheaper than Primark.
Yeah.
Is
it?
I imagine so.
Wow.
£15 is very reasonable for a sweatshirt.
It is.
Especially nicely branded like that.
Head over to patreon.com/freshlygrounded. Sign up, become Patreon for around $5. On there, you will see a discount code that is solely for the Patreon subscribers. Use that discount code at freshlygrounded.com/shop. Grab yourself a sweatshirt. We've also got the Freshly Grounded mugs that were extremely popular and got sold out very quickly. We got them back in stock. Also, if you want to sponsor an episode of Freshly Grounded, maybe you want your business up here on the table, maybe you want us to give you a nice little shout out with a custom Freshly Grounded deal, head over to freshlygrounded.com/partner, fill in a form and someone will contact you. This episode is brought to you by 59, the coffee shop that I went to the other day and saw an extremely hench man serving me a coffee, a freshly ground decaf coconut latte.
Is that what you had?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was lovely.
Yeah.
And guess what?
What's that?
I said, thank you very much, D. Was just about to walk him a coffee, gave him my card, and he goes, freshly grounded discount, yeah? Applied it without, and I was like, oh, sure. Even I forgot about it. Yeah? Great stuff, right, Sam? So listen, guys. 59 Stanhope Road in St Albans, Hertfordshire. That's 50_NINE on Instagram. Freshly ground coffee, fresh juice, fresh snacks, everything there. You got a whole load of vegetarian options, salads. And guys, listen here. Come closer to the speaker now. Come closer to the headphones now. Quote Freshly Grounded. When you get to 59, you get £1 off any of your hot drinks, man. I mean, look at that.
£1 off anything, bro.
You get £1 off anything.
Anything.
So head over to 59. Also brought to you by Izaha, izaha.com, izaha.com. Type Arabic style caps, hats, the stuff you see on the table right here. Type in the word Freshly Grounded, you get 20% off. That's izaha.com, izaha.com. Arabic style fashion that is pretty lit. Also brought to you by Flavor, flavr.co, flavor.co, your one-stop shop for branding, marketing, social media, content creation. The guys at Flavor, they did our logo for Freshly Grounded. They bring our producers. These guys are geniuses at what they do. So head over to flavor.co, flavr.co, and contact them if you have a small, large, medium business. They can handle anyone. Hit subscribe on our YouTube channel if you haven't already, guys. Follow us on Instagram at freshly_grounded. What do we talk about in this episode, Sam?
The evils of alcohol.
We talk about the evils of alcohol. We speak about my trip to Pakistan.
We spoke about Hijama.
We spoke about food poisoning. Repentance.
Death popped up again. As it does.
Yeah, always good to remember death. We spoke about a bunch of stuff. A great episode, if I do say so myself. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, let's get into episode 41. And welcome to Freshly Grounded, the brand new podcast by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Huh?
Welcome to Freshly Grounded,
After that bit.
the brand new podcast.
And after that bit?
My best friends, Faisal and Sam.
Really?
I'm back, Sam. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
How were your travels?
Good, very well, very good. How did you hold down UK for me? Well, I didn't ask you to actually.
You didn't ask me to, but I did it without you asking. I held it down, yeah.
Yeah, give me an update, man. What's going on?
I haven't got too much of an update other than the fact that I've just worked through my busiest period that exists in my industry. So for me, it's been no days off. It's just been a solid graft from so the last couple of months, especially the last month. It's just been work. So nothing overly interesting to tell you other than just been working hard, my brother.
Yeah,
what about you?
stacking.
Yes, well, trying to, mate. What about you?
Bro, are you feeling a bit squashed? You're a big man.
I'm further this way than I usually am. I'm usually further over there.
I like that.
Why not?
Nothing wrong with a bit of close proximity. You're good, man. I'm good. It's Thursday morning.
Correct. It's a bit wet outside.
It is wet outside.
Thank you for picking me up.
No problem, my friend. My buddy.
Oh, how was the weather in Pakistan?
Weather in Pakistan was not as bad as England.
Was it not?
No, man.
It
was winter there, so it's not like freezing, boiling hot. But there was one day, for example, it was actually quite hot. Like you could have worn a t-shirt, and generally it was more cold at night time. So you have to take a coat out at night.
I was gonna say we were wearing jumpers and coats and stuff.
Daytime,
man.
Nighttime. Yeah, man. It was so much better than I had expected.
So tell me, because you haven't been back home to the motherland for a long time.
Yeah,
have
about
you?
18, 19 years. I was about 4 or 5 years old. Yeah.
And if you're really honest, you weren't necessarily were you not overly thrilled?
I wasn't looking forward to it that much. No.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so I was just thinking, like, I think anything that anybody thinks who is from somewhere like their family back home, whether that be in a part of Asia, Africa, the Arab world, I think it's just like I've become so. I'm not speaking on everybody's behalf because I'm sure loads of people love going back home, but I didn't know anything about it. That's all it was. And I'm accustomed to living my life here in the UK, and so I thought perhaps it'll be a bit tough. Though I have been to Gambia and had a really good time, but I was there for a motive. Do you know what I mean? I was there for charity work and stuff. Even though I was going to Pakistan for a motive, but regardless, I didn't know what to expect. Yeah. And I before we went out there, I actually had a chat with you and a few other people, and you were basically just saying to me, "Look, bro, you're going anyway. Enjoy, relax." And for those people who don't know me, when I'm in a situation where I'm not comfortable, I stiffen up a bit, and I become a bit like closed and like I'm not comfortable. You can tell I'm not comfortable when I just want to go home, kind of thing. And that's when you don't enjoy yourselves, isn't it? So I made an active oath to myself to, like, you know, just be relaxed and enjoy it. And so I did, and I had such an amazing time because I did.
Different than what you expected?
Very different to what I expected. Much safer than they kind of portray in the news, in the media. Lovely. People there are so lovely, man. People there are relaxed, lovely people. The people are what make a place, isn't it? For sure. And people are really, really nice. People are really giving. And the main thing that was amazing was to see my family, man. Like, see all my family from back home that I had either never met or met when I was 4 or 5 years old. And it was so amazing. And I had such a good time with them. My uncles, my aunts, my little... The kids are the cutest kids, man. The cutest kids at 4 or 5 years old. And they're all my cousins and stuff, or my nephews and nieces that I haven't met. And then I went to the ends as well. So Islamabad is like the city, like London,
capital, yeah.
Capital. And then I went to the ends, which is a place like outside. There's a city called Jhelum, and it's like even outside of that. So it's like a little. I don't want to say village.
Is it villagey sort of?
Kind of.
Would that be offensive? Would that be offensive to say village?
It's like farmy and stuff. Yeah. There's a farm. My uncle has a farm in background. And bro, I loved it. I had such a good time, man. I actually enjoyed that. That was my favourite part of it.
Really?
Yeah. Proper.
Simplicity, was it?
Oh, simplicity. The people again, mainly.
Did you find that the people in that area were the same as the people in Islamabad?
No, I think the people
more
relaxed, yeah. More happy, more content.
What, and they're living such a basic, simple life?
Yeah, man. Not like so basic where they're living in mud huts.
No, not mud huts.
They've got a nice little yard there, and then like... Simple, man. Just like enjoying life, happy, got time to have breakfast with their kids.
Yeah.
Things that we don't really do here.
Yeah.
We live a very like rush lifestyle. I think that's one of the negatives about being here. But again, I feel like being here, we're at such a... It also makes you realise that we're at such an advantage being here as well. It's like going to somewhere where it's not as privileged, you do realize how much privilege we do have here. So that helped. There was that as well. But I don't know, man. There's so much to go into that. I don't even know where to start. And you know what?
Can I ask you some questions about it?
Ask me some questions. I was about to say that. I was actually thinking about noting the things down that I want to talk about Festival because there's so many things. And I thought, you know what? Let's just flow like a conversation as always. We never write notes for the show, so why do it now? And if something comes up and I haven't mentioned it, I'm sure it'll come up in the future. And I'll be like, oh, when I went to Pakistan,
So what was the food like in Pakistan?
So the food I was very careful with.
Yeah.
Now my intention, I know about 2 weeks or a week before I went to Pakistan, I started this new diet. It wasn't a new diet, it was just an extremely clean diet. And I thought even when I go to Pakistan, I'm going to stick to it. And when I went to Pakistan, I couldn't stick to it. Now, not for the reasons that you would have thought. I wasn't lazy or I didn't give up on my diet. I mean, maybe I did. I probably did actually. But the main reason that I didn't keep a clean diet there, and I'm content that I didn't, is because, the food there... So the water there completely, you have to have bottled water. Yeah, the water there, it has to be filtered. The second thing is the food, you just got to be careful with. I'm not trying to be offensive to anyone in Pakistan, but our bodies just aren't used to that.
Yeah, of course,
that stuff. Even though we have curries and stuff here, it's different.
It is different, yeah.
And so I decided to do two things. I either had only deep fried food because I knew it was deeply fried in oil.
Yeah.
So it was like heated up to that extent, or barbecued. If it wasn't barbecued thing, I wouldn't have it unless it was like a vegetable. So I did have a curry at one point, but it was a vegetable curry. It was like lentils or peas. Yeah. So I was fine with that. Generally, I didn't
really go wrong with a vegetable curry.
Right. I didn't go near the meat or the chicken and that unless it was either deep fried or barbecued. And that really really helped me. So it looked a bit weird because, like, for example, when we went to my cousin's house on one day in the ends, the auntie gave us all a big feast, and there was like a lamb curry in there, and I know she was kind of looking at me like, eat the curry, like I didn't want to be rude. So what I did is she also like deep fried some fish bites. I don't know really how to explain it. Think about chicken nuggets, but fish nuggets. And so what I did is I got like 5 or 6 of those, chucked in my plate, got the little sauce from the lamb curry, put that on, made myself a little fish curry.
Jeez, nice.
And bro, I was like, alhamdulillah, bro, listen, I stuck to this routine, and alhamdulillah, I believe that, and for my entire trip in Pakistan, I did not get ill, alhamdulillah. And every single other person in my family did, and they still have food poisoning right now. Yeah, Omar hasn't been in work yet.
Yeah, so he's ill still.
Toilet. He has to be on the toilet
from eating Pakistan.
And now he was very safe as well. So he is not. But the thing is, and I was saying this because my brother said, "How did you stay so safe?" And I said, "Bro, honestly, I think it was my adhkar that protected me."
Really?
I honestly think that, because Omar actually played it safe like me.
Subhanallah.
Yeah, so I think it was my adhkar only.
Wow.
And I also, while I was out there, I made myself ruqya water.
Yeah.
And because it's not just for, well, here's the thing, here's a misconception people have with ruqya, as far as I'm aware, and this I'm pretty sure is sahih, but it should be checked, but the Sahaba would even do ruqya upon themselves, even if they got bitten by a mosquito or got bitten, because Allah says in the Quran, وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاء. The Quran was sent down to you as a cure for the believers, So, bro, people think that ruqya is for you got problems with jinn, all this kind of stuff. Akhi, please, if I'm feeling ill, I'm going to go to the Quran, do you know what I mean? And so I just thought, I did my adhkar, and I also just made sure that I was drinking water that I had recited over for the majority of the time, because why not? Allah has given me this ni'mah, I'm going to use it to my full.
So you recited over all the water you drank?
Most of it.
Really?
Most of it, yeah. And I did that for Omar as well. And this, but
what would you recite on it?
Ayat, or bro, you couldn't even recite the Fatiha over water.
Yeah. What were you doing?
I was doing some ayat that a brother had told me back when my mum had cancer. He gave me some ayat that were specific to shifa and this kind of stuff, and I memorized them from then, and so I just reminded myself of them.
Excellent.
Now I'm not saying that is what cured me or that, but bro, I think I had a combination of being mature physically and into my choices and into the worldly stuff, in terms of what I do, and also in terms of I put a lot of yaqeen in Allah and His remedies, and I think a mix of the two, for sure. You're very safe.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
That was the food. So that was the food.
When I just I was talking about food. Me and Josh went to India for a couple of weeks 2 years ago, and we were playing it really safe for the food, because we were actually staying in the village for about a week or so. And we were playing it really, really safe. Almost coming across a little bit rude, because
that's what I thought.
That's the thing, because your hosts make you this food, and you obviously like you can't really break it down and say, look, I just don't have a bad stomach. So yeah, so we were doing fine, and then we moved from the village, and we travelled about 9 hours. We went to somewhere called Bapau.
Okay.
Landed in Bapau very, very late after about 9 hour drive, starving, hungry, exhausted. Went into the state, staying in a really beautiful house, and the hosts had they'd been hunting that day, so they had.
Oh wow.
They had a big feast waiting us, yeah, and it was all things like it was ox. It was not deer, like it's like a deer. Something like a deer.
Not a goat or anything like that.
I can't remember what it was called.
Oak. Oh, orc. Oh, elk. Elk, yeah, elk maybe.
It was something they caught that day. I can't remember what it was called. There was lots of different curries that made, and a lot of them they had caught that day. And so when we were going to eat, I was looking around, and there was nothing else other than the curries, and I was so hungry, and I hadn't, because I had been eating so safely before, and I'd been travelling, and I saw all this meat. I got stuck in basically.
Oh no!
And Josh just looked at me and goes, "Just be careful." And I was just like, "It's blessed." Boom, 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 boom. Cool. He was sensible. I wasn't. I indulged. I pleased the guests because they would look. You know.
Yeah.
And then went to bed. Everything blessed. And then a couple of hours later,
Duppied.
wake up, and it's time to.
No way.
Time to sham, baby. And
no way.
It just destroyed me, bruv. For the rest of the duration, man. It was.
For the rest of the duration.
For the rest of the duration, bruv, because it wasn't my stomach wasn't strong enough to handle it, bro. And then, but we were still traveling a lot, and you know how it is when you're in other countries, especially countries like India, when there isn't like toilet facilities that we're used to, Western, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I remember like being in a state of not feeling well, and in some crazy environments. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what that when I went to my cousin's house, I asked him, I was like, yo, can I use the toilet? And he looked at me like a bit like worried. Hold on, Nate, just check if everything's still recording and stuff on there on audio. He looked at me, everything good, yeah. Nice.
Big up, Nate.
So I said, can I use the toilet? So I got there. This was in Jillian, and he looked at me a bit worried, and I waited for his response. He goes, "Do you know how to use a desi toilet?" And a desi toilet. Yeah. And I went, and I knew what he meant in it, holding the. Yeah. And I went, bro, if you've got the other one, maybe, because I don't really know. And he goes, no, that's fine. Just use the other one. Just wait for because his dad was in there, and so I waited about an extra 15 minutes. They had two.
Now. Well, we'll round this up with the toilet thing, but I discovered actually if you want to call it desi or the hole in the wall, whatever, hole in the floor, whatever, that is such a better way. Yeah, we discussed this actually on the previous episode of Fishing Garden. Such a better way. Like, it's actually dangerous for us to go to the toilet let's think about a Western toilet, a toilet that we're all used to. It's actually very, very bad for your insides, man. I heard that, yeah. And the sunnah, if you actually look at the sunnah, how to go to the toilet, it's not that. Really? Yeah. And it's all about your insides and your stomach and your bowels, basically. And when you're sitting on a toilet, it's not clear, it's congested, so it's a real effort to get anything out. But when you're, as you said, desi, when you're in that position, there's no hole. It just goes. It's true. It's so much better. It doesn't mess up your insides. That's why a lot of people in the West get bowel cancer and all these kind of issues with the stomach, man. That. It's from how we go to the toilet, bro. Man. Yeah. Little things like that. But yeah, ultimately I ate. I indulged in the meat, and it ruined me. And it was just to please the guest, the host. So. Inshallah, you get rewarded for pleasing the guests. Inshallah. Yeah, man. What other questions do you have? Because I have so many. Okay, so I've asked you the food question. Yeah, food's there. Food's done. How was the wedding? Wedding was lovely. Yeah. Was there many events leading up to the wedding? Yes, there were loads of weddings. There's an Asia thing. Maybe 3 or 4. We missed the last one. I'm very new to this. So how many did you go to? I went to 3. Yeah. How many was there in total? 4, I think. 4. Yeah. So I didn't go to a thing. I kind of also. I wasn't a Debbie Downer, but I was also kind of. I went there. I can imagine what you did. My family. I sat on the side with the uncles because. Do you know what I mean? You're a man. You were fearing Allah basically when you were on your journey. I try my best. So may Allah reward you, man. That's good. May Allah forgive me. I mean, reward you for your efforts, bro. Because ultimately it's difficult, man. Yeah, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Day to day, bro. Day to day, I'll be real. Day to day, following the commands of our Lord, day to day is not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. And it's not like I'm so far from perfect, as you are as well. I'm not on a pedestal, but it is so tough. So everyone who's struggling to find that relationship with Allah, and you know what I mean, and they think they're on a downward spiral of sin and bad. It's tough. It's tough for all of us. But remember, just hold that connection, and hold your salah, because ultimately, if you let go of your salah, you let go of your deen. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
it's interesting you say that, actually, because I remember something happened recently where I was feeling, I was driving, and I often have a lot of time to think when I'm driving, and I was thinking to myself, you know when your iman is low, or you're going for a tough time or anything, right? I was thinking that we should always, this is a piece of advice a brother gave me before. Well, he didn't give me this advice. He was talking about himself, and I kind of took from it. And what he was saying is that he said that he always has this line, and he said that line for him is salah. And he says no matter how bad he's feeling, no matter how low his iman is, even if he has to force himself to do the salah and he doesn't even feel the khushu there, he will never not do salah. And I think that's such a good thing to have, is like, because we can't say now, for example, let's say if our iman is high right now, we can sit here and say, look, we read Quran every day, we will do this and we'll do that. But we should also set ourselves a line. If we are people of high iman and we read Quran every single day, then yes, we should, everyone's line should be different, is what I'm saying. But I think at the very least, we should all have this thing where it's like, no matter what happens in my life, salah is a line I will never cross, missing salah.
100%. Yeah. And alhamdulillah, Allah has allowed me to hold that same thought process, that however weak my iman has been since I've been Muslim, like I would never contemplate missing a salah, because alhamdulillah, I think when I first started studying the religion, I really kind of understood that the salah was really what made you a Muslim. And the Sahaba used to say that if someone intentionally would miss a salah, it's their kafir, it's kufr, it's disbelief.
Well, yeah, the difference between a Muslim and a non-Muslim.
Nah, it's the salah,
bro.
So yeah, whatever you're doing, whatever it is, just don't let go of that salah on it.
I was talking to my little sister this morning, and I was telling her about how we have an excuse. Reason being because two reasons. A, there's no excuse because we could even pray salah with our eyes. Do you know what I mean? So there's no excuse in the sense that if a situation is peak, bro, you're even power. Like there's no excuse in that regard. Second reason there's no excuses because you know when people, even if you would say there's no time, this that the other. I was in a class. And I wouldn't normally say this, but because I was at a class, and you know who the sheikh is, I'll tell you. But I was at his class the other day, and the sheikh was asked a question about salah, and said, I can't remember what the question was, but he basically he told a narration of Aisha radiallahu anha, who said that sometimes she would the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's Fajr Sunnah Salah would be so fast that she thought that he didn't read the Fatiha. My point is that we have no excuse, because even if we were in then the Sheikh said this doesn't mean only do the third parts of your Salah, but he said that if there is a situation where time is peak or whatever, or like something's happening, the third of the part of the Salah, you can finish the Salah quite quick, and this is like, it's just, you could just pray the Fatiha and your Salah is still valid. Does that make sense? Like you don't have to, after Ameen, you don't necessarily have to recite another surah after. So if you were to look at even just the fard parts of Salah,
I thought it was fard to have the other surahs with it.
No, that's like
so long as you have Fatiha.
If the Salah can be valid with just Fatiha.
That's it.
Can be, yeah. But he said that obviously don't. And when I tell you what sheikh it is, I know
who you're talking about.
Yeah?
You mentioned it the other day, didn't you?
Did I?
Yeah, you texted me saying how great he was. Yeah.
So yeah. And man. So that was wedding.
Wedding.
Yeah, because I want to go through Pakistan because there's so much. Yeah. So that was the wedding.
Okay.
There's not much to talk about the functions, to be honest.
How did Pakistan benefit you?
It benefited me in the way okay, first of all, I have to tell you the story, yeah? So I went in Pakistan, and I went to the mall, and I put myself an Uber. And Ubers are hard to come by there, by the way. They're not like here. They're actually, like, not a lot of people are Uber drivers. I think there's another service there called Kareem, which is a bit more popular. But generally, the way people get cabs is like, you just shout a cab down, yeah? This mic's annoying me. And so basically, I booked myself an Uber, and I went down to the mall. Oh my days! Let me fix this, man, because otherwise it's going to bother me the entire time. Not very professional. Okay. Now, if in London I was to get a cab for 15 minutes, which is kind of like without traffic, the same distance from my house to my nan's house, yeah? That would cost me about £11. Yeah, £10, £11 for us to get Uber. Now, I also drove, I got a cab from my hotel to the mall, which was a 15-minute drive. Now, considering here it's £11, how much do you think it would cost?
£6.
£6. What about you, Nate? Unmute that Mikey, baby. How much you reckon?
No, I'm gonna say it's more expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
I suppose that's a valid opinion.
Well,
Let me tell you something. It wasn't as expensive.
What was it?
No, I'll give you another guess now that you know that wasn't expensive.
I'm gonna go with £8.
£8, yeah? You're gonna say £8, you're gonna say £6.
I reckon you're going to say £3 now or something.
Guys,
£3.
I kid you not, 90p.
90p? No way.
And the way back was £1.20.
Why was it more expensive on the way back?
Maybe,
house was
maybe, yeah. Can you believe that?
What, 90p, yeah?
Bro, I checked my app
Just.
and I was like, huh? But it's not just. It's not just.
Can
Bro,
it be? How can
no,
it
no,
be
it's not just. And this is what I'll tell you about Pakistan. If you are, first of all, the drivers base you can't have a living like that. They base their income on tips and stuff, yeah?
Right.
Which I wasn't aware of, and it didn't click to me until after. So I didn't
Right.
actually. So then after we were tipping people, at the beginning, I didn't tip.
Did you tip
those
the
two.
Did you tip the guy that paid?
The 90p and the 90p and the £1.20 man, them got no tips, unfortunately. I didn't have cash on me either. It's not like I was.
Oh yeah, it's Uber thing anyway.
It's Uber thing, yeah. Right. So anyway, listen to this. Let me tell you something about Pakistan, Sam.
Go on.
It's a shambles in terms of like the roads and this, that, the other, but it's such a beautiful country, such beautiful people, and the government, I don't know how the politics work, I don't want to get politics, but they need to invest in that country, they need to invest in their people. Now, apparently there's this big, like, a finger, Pakistan is like this. If you're powerful, famous, or rich, you got everything. Everyone move out their way for you. Everyone backs you. If you're a regular citizen, situation's peak. You're treated like dirt, and
So
but
the vast majority get treated like dirt. Would you say?
right. My cousins, for example, said that even imagine this year. My cousins when they go to school, yeah, basically the army there are seen like top dons in it, and if you're in the army, you're treated like royalty. And the kids in my cousin's school, they have this the word civilian is it's like us saying the word tramp. Do you know what I mean? Civilian. So there, my cousin, when he goes to uni, the kids of the people who are in the army won't sit on the same table as him because don't sit on the table with them civilians. That's what it's like.
Say again, the army kids won't sit with other kids?
With regular kids.
Really?
Yeah. That's how it is.
Serious?
And bro, the other thing is, there's a clear divide basically between the people that have power and people who don't. And I don't know the situation, but this is stuff I'm hearing from my cousins and that, innit? Now, let me tell you the peakest thing that I heard over there, yeah? Now, this is coming directly from my cousin who's living there, and he's like somewhat of an activist over there.
For the people?
Yeah, man, he's young, he's at our age. Bro, he said that this is what's happening in Pakistan. There's a bunch of he used the word mullah, like imams or religious leaders, and they're really like strict, and they're not upon Quran and Sunnah. From what he's telling me, yeah, this is not coming from my mouth. They're not upon Quran and Sunnah, and they say stuff like, they make wudu in water, and then they tell people to drink the water so that they will be blessed and that kind of stuff, yeah. And actually, apparently, these people, these leaders, are so like this and just so strict, blah blah, that they're pushing. All the kids are being pushed away from Deen there because the Deen is so unattractive to them, bro. Like me and my cousin I got a picture of us having a deep chat. Because I was talking about about Deen, and I was saying to him, bro, look how simple it is. Look, it's not extreme, this, that, the other. And he's telling me, bro, I agree with you. But bro, if you know what we're being told here, but how the religious leaders, quote unquote, are treating us here, are treating the youth here, what they're saying, what they're doing, this, that, the other, just to defend their own agendas, their own political agendas, or their own monetary agendas. People are the kids. The Deen is not attractive to the kids, which is such a shame, bro. Because how beautiful is the Deen in its purest form? But bro, like, and this is what, bro, this is the story of everything, bro. Like, when it comes to these extremist groups, when it comes to anything, like, they manipulate the Deen. it's not the deen how we know it. The
Yeah.
Quran and Sunnah, the plain, simple deen.
Yeah.
And obviously, so that was the saddest thing about Pakistan, when he was really explaining to me, like,
One of my questions was going to be to you, like, how did you find the deen out there and stuff?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's many mosques.
Mhm.
Are they busy? They full?
I only went to one mosque out there.
Yeah. The massive one in
The big
Islamabad.
one, yeah. And obviously
How
that
was
was
that?
because it's a big thing. But it was beautiful.
Was it?
Bro, it was beautiful. But at one point, yeah, I was sitting, I was there, yeah. But this gorilla jumps off of the wall, yeah.
What?
Gorilla.
A
yeah?
real gorilla?
An ape.
Really?
Yeah.
Jumped off the what?
Wall,
Sorry.
like in the thing.
You're in a mosque and there's a gorilla on the
Bruv,
wall.
I'm outside the mosque, yeah.
Okay.
Indulge in this for a second. This ape, yeah, jumps off the wall, starts running like this, yeah. Me, I'm not used to wild apes, so I'm like walking in the opposite direction. But my cousins were the kids at 4 years old. They're like, monkey, will run in towards it. Like,
Really?
yeah, they like love it. Bruv, I kid you not, this monkey, yeah, jumps on top of the mosque, climbs all the way to the top of the mosque. I've got a video. I have to show you.
Because it's a very big mosque, isn't it?
Massive.
The monkey climbs to the top of it.
Bro, climbs to the top of it.
It's
And
normal, yeah? Monkeys
bro,
running around.
Bro,
You see
I
many
know.
monkeys?
People said that they're not used to that. Like,
They're not used to that?
No, but my cousins, they were like, no, we haven't seen that before. So I don't know. I don't think it's that normal, but I don't
Where
know.
did the monkey come from?
Fam, it just came from the wall. Anyway,
It came from the
I'll
wall.
probably.
Stop saying that. That makes no sense because a wall is a big flat thing.
But there was trees behind the wall in it, so it must have come off the tree.
Fine, but you literally over.
probably
the wall.
wasn't as big as
You're
the-
saying a monkey's come from the wall, man. I'm
No,
trying-
no, over the wall.
Painting a
over the
really
wall.
weird picture of a
Jumping off
wall.
a tree. Bro, people were ridiculing me on social media because they were like, first you said it was a monkey, then you said it was an ape, then you said it was a gorilla, now you're saying it's the size of King Kong. So I'm probably exaggerating
You got a video?
the size. I'm going to show you the video now, yeah. And for those of you who want to watch it, it's on my vlog that's called He Got Married.
What the video is?
The video is called He Got Married.
Yeah,
Not
and
the ape.
The ape's not on it.
No, the ape's didn't get married. No, the ape's on it. I'm going to show you. The ape didn't get married.
Yeah,
Not as far as I know.
Obviously,
Yeah.
not as far as I know.
He just went to the masjid. We'll wait for it to load. But yeah.
Oh, is
so,
that your vlog, yeah?
Yeah, so basically,
Is that your funny
that's my uncle, yeah.
done,
Yeah,
yeah? He was down here not long ago.
No,
wasn't
yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Is that one we were just speaking to about as well?
Yeah, we just
Is
speaking
that
about
one?
him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
Is he a comedian?
he's he like part time. Yeah.
He's funny.
He's a funny guy.
He is funny, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very funny.
Was it your vlog when you were in the lift and
Yeah, he was in my
yeah? What did he say in the lift?
He said something like, I said like, how did you find this morning? And he said, I looked up and there
Yeah.
was.
And then from that, your vlog is then like him.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
trying to be
yeah,
funny, and then he
yeah,
steps
yeah.
in. I love that.
He's
It's
a funny
man.
guy.
What's that vlog called so people can see it?
It's called something like
My uncle's a comedian.
My uncle's a comedian.
There you
Or
go.
My Day with a Comedian or something.
Yeah. Faisal Chowdhury, My Day with a Comedian.
Alright, so here we go. I'll show you the.
Bear in mind, the viewers can't.
No, they can't see this. Look, watch, look at that.
Guys, this monkey
it's actually-
with a tree in front of me, and it's now
What?
climbing the masjid. Can you see it? That's
What's
a
this?
mad thing.
It's actually climbing the masjid. Wow.
Yo, that's a mad thing. I seen it come off the tree. It's literally going to the top of the mosque.
Isn't it? Watch. He just sits there like a king. Look at that.
Fam, that monkey's on top of the masjid.
Mad, isn't it?
That's sick.
That's mad.
I like that.
So yeah, I saw that. That was like one of my highlights.
That was a highlight, yeah.
I mean, it was, yeah. I mean, I saw, how often do you see a monkey climb
I've never
a
seen a
mosque?
monkey come off a wall.
Bruv, I know.
I'm still trying to gauge what that wall is.
Yeah, regardless, I mean, I'm aware that it was not it probably wasn't as big as I said that it was.
Yeah, but
But-
it looked quite big.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But were they running up? Were your cousins running to the monkey? As
Yeah,
if to, like, greet
so
it?
the word in
I probably would run away from
yeah,
monkey,
same
man.
here, bro. The word in Urdu is called is bandar, and so they
Bandar?
bandar, yeah. And
Were they all shouting
bruv,
bandar?
you just heard them scream bandar and ran towards it. And I was like, what are you doing? I was like stepping backwards. Look how far I was filming. I had to zoom so much. Like that's how far I was. So yeah, man.
What would you say you're more scared of, monkeys or dogs?
Dogs, man. Yeah, but bro.
Really, you're more scared of dogs than monkeys?
Yeah, but bro, I actually have like.
What are monkeys called again in Punjab?
Bandar.
No, what are dogs
Dog.
called?
Kutte.
Huh?
Kutte. That's like the plural or singular is kutta.
That's when I'm walking down the road with you and you see one, no, it's a kuttar.
Yeah, kutta, yeah. So yeah, Uber cost me 9p, and
Yeah.
that was mad. Bro, remember, so you know the flight. One thing I was worried about when going out there, it was the flight, because if you remember our time in Dubai,
That's right, yeah.
we had a 7-hour flight back from Dubai,
Yep.
and I had gained food poisoning in my last 10 minutes in Dubai. Remember the subway?
Oh, of course. Okay, yeah, of course.
Worst flight of my life. Remember that?
Yeah.
I had no Imodium on me, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did not want to ever experience that again in my life.
course.
And so I went prepared. I took sleeping tablets and I took Imodium. And so on my way back from Pakistan, even though my stomach was fine, I backed 2 Imodiums to block myself up. Sorry for the detail. And I backed to, and as soon as I sat on the flight, back to sleeping tablets, slept all the way through.
How
got
long's the
back,
flight?
alhamdulillah. It was 3 hours to Doha and 1 hour wait and then 7 hours to think. Lengthy.
To Doha, yeah?
7 hours.
Doha International, that's a massive airport, isn't
Massive,
it?
lovely.
Yeah, I actually had to spend like 12 hours there once.
My mum had to spend like 10 hours because the flight got delayed because of Storm Eleanor.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not that. It's not. It's got a very beautiful prayer room and stuff there. Did you go to the prayer room?
Mm-hmm.
Really nice prayer room, isn't it?
The prayer room that I went to was really small because it was in the it was in the connections area, so it probably wasn't the one you went to because the one I went to was really, really small.
Oh, was it? I went to a really beautiful one.
Yeah, I imagine they got some really nice ones in there.
Yeah. It was really nice. But yeah, I spent a long time there in that airport.
Yeah, man.
But yeah. Anything else to say about Pakistan?
So much, but I just can't think.
Just think for a second.
Honestly.
I think I've asked you some pretty good questions.
Yeah, you have asked me some good questions. There's other things I wanted to actually mention because that's some stuff that's happened this week, but I just can't remember. Obviously, got back to work. Yesterday was my first day back to work.
So you went away on the 25th of December, didn't you?
Yes.
How was the airport? Was it busy?
Oh no, the plane was nice and empty. Airport
Really?
was nice and empty. Like as far as airports go, so that was nice. Traveling back was madness. Like
Yeah.
I think everyone's trying to fly somewhere for New Year's.
Do you see like things like Christmas trees in Pakistan?
Yes,
Lots
in the hotels
in the hotels
because the hotels are for guests and travelers. Yeah, so not other than that, no. Maybe in the mall, although I don't remember.
Yeah, but they're more set out for
Right.
tourists.
So no, not so. So there's no Christmas vibe in any way, shape, or form in the actual in Pakistan itself. No.
I can't imagine a Christmas vibe in Pakistan.
Nah, not at all.
But they bang out a few trees and that.
In like the hotels,
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. I think we should talk a bit about the old S Empire.
I've told you what I've been up to.
Nah,
mate.
man.
I've just been waiting for you to get back so we can get back on this freshly grounded thing.
Yeah.
The people are just wondering where we've gone.
We launched the sweatshirts the day before I left, I think.
Yeah, they're very beautiful. Looking forward to mine one coming.
Your one's coming today. How do you
Inshallah.
request a special size for a special man?
Thank you.
No problem. Sorry? They're not all medium. There's a few large in there. Smalls.
What did you get? Just smalls and large? No extra larges?
Small, medium, large. I got one double XL for you.
No extra larges for the normal people?
I mean...
What size do you wear? Large?
And
Yeah, but you wouldn't wear like a baggy one, would you? You'd wear like a...
I'd wear that one,
Yeah.
fit normally.
They're nice. So how do you purchase one of them?
You can head over to freshlygrounded.com/shop.
What else can you get from the
Do
shop?
thing.
Mug?
Mug's back in stock.
Alhamdulillah.
You notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mug's back in stock.
They sold out quick, didn't they?
So obviously these ones won't be signed, but the Mug's back in stock.
Nice.
So head over to freshlygrounded.com, get yourself some merch, man.
Support the ting there.
Yeah, support the thing. Yeah. This is what I was going to say. So, alhamdulillah, the entire time Pakistan, didn't get ill, nothing. I was fine. Got back to London. I went to my sister's flat, helped her look after the kids for a second while she had an appointment. And in her bathroom, obviously, as most bathrooms go, she has a hot tap and a cold tap, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the hot water was boiling hot, the cold water was freezing cold like ice, yeah? And so I was looking for like a jug or something where I could mix the water, make wudu out of the jug. That wasn't available to me at the time. I had to make do. So I thought, all right, I've got an option, boiling hot, freezing cold. Obviously, go for freezing cold, right? Because I'm not going to burn myself.
I've actually had this same experience recently, man.
Really?
Yeah. One was unbearably hot and one was unbearably cold, like you're saying.
That's
When
what
I was in
was
Dublin,
me.
man, I had to do it. But
Yeah.
my technique was actually, I used cold predominantly, but splashed on the warm.
Very
on
clever.
occasion,
Very
yeah.
clever. Wish I did that.
Yeah. Only on
Moment.
occasion, and it was probably too hot to even do that, but it just got rid of the frostbite because I was dealing with
Right.
some very cold water. So I splashed, had them both
Extremely
running and just
cold.
splash, just to try and warm up. But gone, Karen, what did you just cold?
I went just cold. As soon as I made wudu, for the rest of the day, I felt like this cold shiver. Like it just didn't
gave you
feel
a cold,
right.
yeah?
And bro, the next day I woke up with the worst cold.
No
and I'm
way.
100% certain that it's from that wudu.
Really?
Yeah.
Making wudu with cold water. Imagine the reward for that, inshallah.
Inshallah. But
Sacrifice that,
it's also, I didn't use any hikmah because there was a mixer tap in the kitchen.
downstairs.
No, it was a flat. So I could have
Oh.
just gone into the kitchen. and
Why did
used
you do
it.
that?
I thought about it after. I was in toilet. I did the dance.
Fine,
went
fine,
to the
fine, fine, fine,
bath,
fine,
to the
fine,
tap.
fine.
So then
There
I
must
saw.
be some reward in that because you wouldn't have wanted to put all that cold water and you did it for the sake of Allah, man. So there must
Right.
be a goodness, man.
Inshallah. So then Abdul Hakim came here yesterday and he was aware and he said, bro, you need to be having more black seed oil. I don't have black seed oil at all. So he said, have some black seed oil and that strengthens your immune system. And, and so twice yesterday, I had black seed oil yesterday. I had it again today.
Do you just have it pure?
So what I did is he said, so he's got it in the way his black seed oil is like with a dropper,
Mhm.
you know, like beard oil.
Yeah.
And so he said put 20 drops in lukewarm water.
20.
Yeah. And so I did that, and he also said put the honey in there as well. So I've got some like honey. Chuck that. That's the one. Chuck that in there, and let me tell you something. This is probably the first time I've ever tasted black seed oil. It's tough. It's not easy, man. In fact, I can feel it in my throat now.
Yeah.
It has a very harsh. Have you had it?
I have had it a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's bitter, strong. You
It's
can
very
definitely taste it.
it's
Can't
almost like vinegary, like strong.
Yeah, you
Not
can-
vinegar, but
you? No, I mean just strong, isn't it?
strong.
That's why I asked you how did you take it because when I tried it, it was
It's
it's
tough.
almost like
yeah.
you could feel swallowing it.
Yeah. So I've had that twice now, and I think I'm gonna try and stick to that every morning.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good sunnah, man.
But I need it, man, because like, I look at my immune system, bro. It's a shambles.
Are you still sticking with the honey?
No, I hadn't been because I ran out, but I just got some
You
yesterday.
got some more, yeah.
And so now I'm on this black seed thing, so I'm gonna see how that goes. So over the next few weeks, maybe I'll report back. It's a sunnah, so it will work.
Yes, it will.
So, inshallah.
So your intention is to strengthen your immune system with the black seed oil.
Yeah, man. Strengthen my immune system.
Are you ill now?
I'm coming down.
Really?
So-
you feel like you're about to get worse, or
No.
so you're coming down?
I'm coming down off it. As in, I'm
If you say I'm coming down of it, you mean you're about to get hit by
Oh,
it.
really?
I'm coming down with a cold.
Oh,
yeah.
that's true.
At the start of it, like you're about to.
I'm coming up.
I'm leaving it.
I'm
It's
leaving
behind
it
me.
behind.
The cold
It's
is-
behind me. It's behind me now. The worst. The storm is over. I
Good.
don't know, man.
How ill were you?
Just a cold.
Did you
Runny
work still or were
nose.
you at home?
Throat. I worked.
Good, mashallah, strength.
It's just a cold, man.
Sometimes colds can bring
It's
a man
true.
down though.
It's true. My missus ignored me because I didn't stay at home.
Bro, I went and you know when you said as soon as you did the wudu, you kind of felt that kind of. I went to the gym the other night with D. Yeah.
Yeah.
D's in good shape.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
amazing,
mashallah, he's in
amazing
the-
shit.
yeah.
I went to 59 the other day. I looked at him and I went, bro, what the hell have you been doing?
Yeah.
And he said, nothing changed. Like, I just know. In fact, I've like lost gain. I said, you have not lost gain, my friend.
He's in great shape.
Amazing shape.
Great shape.
Sorry, go on.
So I've never trained with him before.
Okay.
So went and trained with him, and to be honest, I didn't really want to let on that I hadn't trained for a minute. I felt quite weak and that, so I gave it my all. Really gave it my all.
I like that.
And halfway through, I was thinking, right, I feel a bit funny, man. I hadn't eaten that much either, and as soon as I left the gym and the coldness hit me, and I was only wearing like shorts and jumper and like just like ran home sort of thing.
Like a true Gora.
Yeah, proper true Gora thing there. And I was just shivering. And I got in. I was a mess. I was just a shivering mess, man. But I looked so pathetic because all I did was went to the gym and I got in. I had to have a warm shower. Then I had to get my like duvet and wrap it around me on the sofa. I was like shivering, and I was like, oh, it was peak.
But there's nothing like.
But why would that be like scientifically? Why would that session have murked me that? Because I came out and I felt like I had like.
I think
A
the
flu?
cold would have really done that as well. But also maybe I don't know. Your body's not used. I don't know.
Just too much or something. Yeah, but it was that instant feeling. As soon as I got out, I was like, oh, I feel a bit weird.
Yeah,
And it got
right.
worse and worse. But alhamdulillah, I woke up like feeling better.
You know, again, because I saw Abdul Hakim yesterday, he was telling me about something which is prominent now. You were saying like, why is that we feel so like, not guilty, but like childish if we like feel a bit ill, for example. And I think that it resonates with this thing that he said, and because recently his car got broken into, and he said, alhamdulillah, if it's not my iman, my family, or my health, I'm not stressed because it can be replaced. And it's true because health is one of those things, innit? And it's true when your health is affected, it's like, it's actually, you want your health back and you value your health a lot. But if like a monetary thing is taken or something, I mean like...
It's replaceable, isn't it?
Right.
Ultimately, but I think when you're in good health or you've got health, you take it for granted.
Oh, 100%.
And you get a little bit of a cold, flu, a virus, and it's like you're tested, and then you get back and you forget that you were ever ill, and you just take it for granted that you can get up and have like a normal day.
Very true.
And I think we take our health for granted a lot.
I think
so. When I make dua now, I think like try and put health up there at number one, because ultimately health is wealth.
Yeah, man. Health is very important. Iman and family.
Iman, knowledge, health,
Yeah.
family. Yeah,
It's true. And
sometimes I find myself making dua for certain things. I think, really, what should I be? And then I kind of like, really, is iman, increase my iman, my knowledge, my taqwa.
Actually, I made a dua this morning that I thought, I questioned myself for a second. I was like, why am I making dua for that? Like, there's a lot of things I could be making dua for right now. Why did I make dua for that? And then I thought, why are you feeling guilty, brother? You can ask Allah for anything.
Of course, anything. Yeah.
So I was like, allow.
I do think it should be. You should have priorities, and you should have like.
Of course.
You shouldn't. Well, you can obviously make dua for anything, but just remember really what's important. If you're making dua constantly for material things or whatever, really just
it shows that must be at the forefront of your heart.
Yeah. So just remember the important things, and it will become a bit easier as well.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Very true. Speaking of things such as the car being broken into, I had a madness
taken out of his car.
Sorry?
Did he have things taken out of
He
his
had
car?
things taken out of his car, but subhanAllah, he got them all back.
How?
The things that he had were very valuable to his business, but probably not valuable to a thief. And basically, the person brought them back and left them outside his neighbour's house.
Really?
Yeah, and Abdul Hakim said that when you get something with halal rizq, Allah will protect you. Don't worry, He will protect you.
SubhanAllah, the guy brought it back.
Must have just looked at it like, this is, like, I've taken this guy's business stuff, and it was, you can imagine what kind of things it was. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
hijama stuff and that kind of stuff. So, and he opened the box. The box was open, but got all the stuff back.
The guy must have had some moral then.
Apparently he was drunk because Abdul Hakim smelled alcohol. So maybe when he sobered up, he thought, "What the hell am I doing?"
Yeah, that's interesting. Alhamdulillah, you got it back.
Yeah,
that's great.
Speaking of Abdul Hakim,
Yep.
Our brother, our mate, our
Nate
friend,
Rose.
brother in humanity, Nate Rose, has he gone? Nate's just doing a bit of work right now behind the scenes.
Nate's grafting, always grafting.
We'll definitely ask him about. Basically, Nate had hijama done yesterday for the first time.
Yeah.
And so we'll ask him about that later. We'll ask him closer to current events before we go into to the old.
I'm really curious. I saw Red. Was it Red yesterday as well?
Yes, Red went as well.
Did you go together or separate?
No, I didn't even plan it. I didn't even know he was going.
Oh really?
Yeah, he just came in the office that day.
I suddenly saw the flavor team all over social media last night talking about hijama.
Yeah,
Red,
no,
Nate.
Red. It was a separate. It was a separate.
Yeah, I imagine it was separate. Was it at the same clinic though?
Same clinic.
Around the corner from here, isn't it?
Yeah.
So in the remedies, yeah.
Yeah, Red's not been in. Red's heading out as well, isn't he?
So Red wasn't in yesterday, no.
Red wasn't in yesterday, and so because Red's gone for like the month, we've put out a thing, as you know.
You put out what?
We put out a post to basically say for the month of January, we're going to have guest producers, so our listeners come in and produce an episode.
But why would you take that beautiful task away from Nate? You know how much he loves it.
He does love it. I know he loves it.
But he's got other busy things. He's got other things to get on with.
Well, because Red's not in, Nate has like all of Red's work as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, every time I come in, Nate is in that office, isn't he?
Working. Yeah. Now he's got to do Red's work as well. So
I rate that.
For this
Good
month.
work ethic,
Nate's got a busy month.
Have you got a busy month?
Maybe ask for the old rise there, Nate.
You're going to sink your brother's business?
I'm shooting myself in the foot.
Absolutely.
Shooting my brother in the foot.
Absolutely.
Nate, do not do that, please.
Have you got a busy month?
Have I got a busy month?
Yeah, talk to me about what's your plans? Or are they secret? I know you're always planning. I know you're always plotting and planning. Have you got things that are happening this month, or you just sort of taking it as it comes?
I've got a busy month.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got a busy month.
Is it secret stuff?
I've got quite a busy 2 months. I've got
that's what I'm saying.
I've got big plans, man. So
have you?
Yeah, inshallah.
Are they secret?
Secret.
Yeah, it's good. Well,
Got
actually,
it.
you shouldn't reveal your
No.
business plans to anyone, should you?
No. I suppose.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You should especially before it's happened as well.
I've got a lot of plans for Freshly Grounded.
Have you?
Yeah, man.
Shed any light? Or is it all secret?
This is it, innit? Freshly Grounded, the brand. Let's make it grow, baby.
Yeah. Well, we're back now.
Yeah.
We disappeared off social media for a week or so.
For a week.
Had people worried, man.
People were stressing, dude.
People were stressing, dude.
Yeah, dude.
So I know we don't do New Year's resolutions, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we are now into a new financial year, new year.
And
Do you have
calendar year?
New calendar year. Do you have plans?
Yes, I do. I spoke to my wife about this yesterday. I said that I have a couple of goals that I've set myself, and in 3 categories. They are in the category of work, iman, and personal.
Work, iman, and personal.
And with iman, my goals are I have specific goals that I won't announce on here, but there are specific goals I have with my iman. So certain things I want to do more of. With personal, I have things such as I have one travel goal, somewhere I would like to go.
Travel goal.
Yeah, just
somewhere
one
you haven't
place.
been before.
Correct. Yeah, somewhere that you're aware that I want to go there, but I'll tell you after. And I have the other personal goal was the other personal goal was to become more in control of my emotions.
That's an interesting topic.
Yeah,
Becoming more in control of your emotions.
yeah, man.
Okay.
Not because not losing control of my emotions. And I think that anytime anything bad happens, it's because you're not in control of your emotions. Like,
True,
for example,
man.
if you get angry,
And you let it, and you open your mouth and let it rip. It's
always regret it, innit?
Bro.
But if you're in control of your emotions and you don't bite, you don't react, bro,
I hate
the
myself.
feeling is so good if you don't
myself.
react.
yeah.
Like, recently I've been like saying to myself, don't react. And then I've like, it's gone over. And I'm like, I feel good.
Yeah.
And I saved a lot of drama.
Yeah.
And so that's my intention.
I was thinking that about having a 10-second rule that
That's good.
when something happens, which I can feel that like aggravation or anger
Mm-hmm.
or stress come over me, literally let 10 seconds fall by. Because for me, as soon as a small thing, I
Yeah.
jump like that.
Same, bro. You know me.
Quite often, for instance, I'm going to say how horrible I am as a person because I'm a nasty person. I'm working on it. But I was walking down. We were a bit understaffed the other day because a lot of people were away and this, that, and the other. So I only had 2 staff members in the shop. I was walking down. I saw one of the staff members not in the shop, and I was like, really like, it was first thing in the morning. I was like, why? What are you? Da-da-da-da. He's like, I'm going over there to get you something that you asked for, and I had already like,
No way.
yeah, man. And I just thought, you know what? I need to imply this like 10-second rule. So whatever it is, if you just allow that 10 seconds to go past, let that silly little flutter of anger disappear, and then deal with it. That's what I'm going to try and do, bro.
Same. That's my big goal, man.
Do you know what it is? You cause so many more problems by,
So many.
and then you look back at it and you feel like
an idiot.
absolute idiot. Because that's really ultimately that's what you are. Because you know when you see someone in public or whatever losing their temper and shouting at someone, you never like go, I really respect that person.
Yeah.
You think, what is that guy doing? Like, why are you? It looks horrible. It's not a good character, is it? Shouting and being like, unless it's a specific thing that.
Yes.
But ultimately, it's not a good look to.
I think a lot of it has to do, for me, I speak for myself, I think a lot of it has to do with ego, and it's almost like perhaps you feel like you're not being respected, or like your manlyhood is being questioned, and you feel like you have to compensate for it by like being loud and like dramatic. And I think that's a very, very weak, that's a very like...
Isn't that insecurity?
It's insecurity,
Yeah,
maybe,
of course.
yeah. So I think you have to fix it. You have to just be like, look, who cares? Like, I know myself. I know I'm not like this. I know I'm not like that. So who cares? First of all, take yourself that. And second of all, I think that will result in you not reacting because you no longer like not care, but you're very comfortable with how you are. And then the second thing is, bro, like, you know when you're not, it's almost like, you know when you can't control the situation, you feel out of control, and then like you feel like to get back control, you have to like, I don't know, shout or something. And I think that's what it is for me. And so, just
Do you find yourself shouting?
not shouting.
Does it happen though in your week that you would get annoyed? And,
As you know, bro, I haven't
but I've never seen it.
really.
I've never seen you be to the point of getting. I've seen you getting slightly worked up, like
Yeah.
only a tiny bit. I know you tell me this, but have you actually like in the week you'd actually come in and be like, "Da-da-da-da."
Not at work, no.
No, not at work.
No, not at work.
Where? Home? Somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's not like
it's not part of your character,
I don't think.
so-
I don't think it's part of my week. I don't think it's that
Nah,
regular. No,
nah.
I don't think it's that regular. But I think like,
For you.
yeah, I think that
Nate, has he ever shouted at you?
you must have seen. Have you seen me stressed?
Yeah, I've seen you run around.
Yeah, he does run it. Yeah. Your arms going. Yeah. It's a good impression actually, wasn't it?
It's true. Man, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You've got a lot going on your mind. I think it looks like you always have a lot going on your mind. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I always think
I'm-
you're someone who. I would describe you as someone who looks like they're always kind of thinking and plotting and planning.
Yeah, but it's also nice to be in the moment, though, isn't it, bro?
I agree.
And be relaxed.
But I'm saying, well, you look like you always, and you come out with an idea which you've obviously thought about it for ages, and it's really,
Yeah.
really good.
Bro, I tell you how. I actually put this into action. This like new thing that I'm trying to do. This emotional
Yeah.
control. So one thing that like my family say about me a lot is that like they can't really get me to sit down. So the other day, for example, I told you I went to my sister's house, and like I was literally like boom, 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 doing this, that, the other. As soon as she was here, I was cool. You're here. I'm going. Like, and you're quite like that as well. You like to get things done, but I never sit and relax. And I think to the point where even if I was to go to like a restaurant with my missus, yeah, she's like every time we go to a restaurant, like we go there. and then as soon as you've eaten, you're ready to go. And it's like, we're at a restaurant, chill. And me, I'm like, bruv, for me, I'm like,
go?
we've done, I'm like, we've done the thing that we came here for. Let's get moving.
Yeah.
Obviously, but that's not a good way to be because you spend time with your wife.
I don't know, but I actually really hate sitting at a table after you've eaten for ages. I find it uncomfortable. Yeah, go on.
So anyway, yesterday I took her out for dinner, and I was so relaxed. Yeah.
Did you intentionally make yourself?
Yeah, intentionally. I forced myself, and we ate. After we ate, I sat there. I didn't mention going. Nothing. I was chilled, and it got to the point where she is the one who actually said, "All right, should we go?" And then
did you not want to leave? Did you question?
I love. Obviously, I'm not going to change this person.
Yeah,
I won't leave. Yeah.
So you want? Yeah. Ultimately,
but I knew. Look, if I go home, what am I going to do? If I go home, I'm only going to pray, sleep, this and the other.
So you pretended you were relaxed.
Yeah. So I was like, she was like, should we go? And I was like, if you're ready, we can go. And then she was like,
did she clock you?
Yeah, she was like, who are you? Like, and I was like, I'm just trying this new thing. And she's like, I know. She's like, I know, I really like it. Like, I love relaxed Faisal. So it worked. So I'm gonna try and stick to it.
Inshallah, man.
Inshallah.
I think consistency is key with this, isn't it? That's great. They shared a lovely dinner with you, nice and relaxed though.
Yeah, we had a nice chat. We spoke about our goals just like this.
Yeah.
It was almost like a Freshly Grind episode with my wife.
Really?
Yeah. Not as long though.
What was the current events like?
No current events, unfortunately.
I had a question, but it slipped my mind. Shouldn't have said that, should I? So how do these holidays? I'm intrigued. I'm sure a lot of the listeners are intrigued. What's the holiday period like for you? Because you and your family, as in you and your wife and kid, so you've been a Muslim for 3 years, right? For 4 years. Yes.
And so what's it like this holiday period? Is it like tough? Like I'd like, because it's a new thing for me. Yeah.
The holiday period is in Christmas,
New Year.
Christmas, New Year's. Previous years very, very challenging and very difficult, but the last 2 years, alhamdulillah, very, very easy. Ultimately, my family just respect what I want, how I choose to treat this period. So alhamdulillah, now it's absolutely fine, and it doesn't even I don't get like. Obviously, I was from a background where Christmas was a massive thing, yeah, and it was something I looked forward to all year round. But as I got older, obviously you get older, you lose interest in getting the presents and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of lost the real love for Christmas in itself before I even became Muslim. So I didn't love the fact that you were I love family time, of course, like being around when all the families come together, like it's the most beautiful thing ever. So I love that part of this time of year, and you can't deny that's not a good thing. But it's the forced presents and asking for presents and all that kind of stuff. I really felt uncomfortable with people buying me gifts I didn't want, I didn't need, that I had to open in front of them, that I had to. I'm not trying to sound grateful, but I kind of didn't really love that element of Christmas anyway. So by the time I had a reason really not to get involved in it, I don't think like my family were even like that shocked, because I kind of lost that kind of love for it. And that's just because I find it like quite an uncomfortable day, rather than. When you're a kid and you're opening skateboards and this, that and the other, it's great. But when you're an adult and you're receiving presents from people who are sitting there and they spent money on you and you didn't ask for it, and it's like, I never really loved that too much. So yeah, alhamdulillah, my parents are very respectful that I don't do Christmas, but I certainly still see family. So on the 26th of December, saw loads of my family. We just spent the day together with the family, and the whole Christmas thing, it's not mentioned. It's literally just a family time. And New Year's, bro, I went to sleep at 9:30.
Really?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, of course, man. Because the thing is that everybody generally is off work anyway, so it's a nice time to get together with the family because everybody's off. Everyone's on relaxed.
Bro, my first year of being Muslim and dealing with Christmas, I would just use zero hikmah and just looked really antisocial, rude, not family orientated at all. So I was sitting at a table, but thinking all I could think about was not the correct things, and they were talking about general stuff, and at the time I was like, I don't want to talk about general stuff, I just want to talk about. So I actually came across terribly to my family the first Christmas. I had to deal with it. But now, alhamdulillah, we've got something set up from Men's Spa that every Christmas day that we're going to be occupied doing homeless hair. So like I've got a good reason why I'm not about that day anyway, and then the days around it, cool, I'm about.
And how was that? Because I saw that on social media. So you cut the hair of homeless people.
Yes.
And you do that every year. So and the money goes to charity.
Alhamdulillah.
Towards a homeless charity?
Yeah, all homeless, yeah. So myself and Josh before, and this is not to expose good deeds or whatever, but it's just part of what Men's Spa is.
Your business is.
Yeah. So before the shop even existed, myself and Josh, we were kind of a duo. We were building Men's Spa anyway. So we would go to a homeless shelter on Christmas Day and trim homeless guys' hair and just sit with them and chill with them. Alhamdulillah, now we've got the shop. They all come to us. So we had 2 venues this year. We had our salon in St Albans, and then we had a team of people over in Hemel Hempstead, which is just around the corner from St Albans. And there was like 40 people getting a haircut in Hemel. I think there's probably about 20 people who got a haircut in St Albans. So it was really, really great. And we had loads of people volunteer. So loads of people cutting hair didn't even work for Men's Spa. They were just like barbers and hairdressers that wanted to get involved. So it was great. It created some really nice unity and a really good awareness. And ultimately, it's just to like we do charity for our brothers and sisters around the world who are struggling. But also, it's good not to forget that on our own like front doorstep, our own society, and how we can give back to our own community, and also be recognised for someone in the community that does give back. Not to be like, look false and look like you're generous, but it's just, I think it's good to be recognised as someone in society that is at the forefront of doing something good. So it was very much our intention is to kind of look after how can we help local people in our area. And it was obviously the homeless is obviously it's a serious crisis, people living in like really bad conditions and stuff. And alhamdulillah, we have our doors are open for homeless people generally. Men's Spa. Badr cuts the guys, they come in, Badr cuts that he's training, so he cuts their hair for free and that. And it's nice, it's good. And they're great people, like generally really, 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 really great people have just landed themselves in situations which really quite upsetting, to be honest. But it's great. Alhamdulillah, it's a nice thing that we do every year now. So yeah,
it's admirable, bro. And if anything, it's good that people know about it because it could inspire other businesses around your community to also do the same, or in other communities. And how did the homeless people become aware of it so that they come?
We are now recognised in St Albans as someone who you can do that.
Okay, so
they know us now for the years of being like. Then I'm on the road and I'll walk past a bunch of homeless guys and they'll know who I am, sort of thing, and say hello and that. Just because obviously we've been doing years where we've gone back and forth, but we do it through an agency now. So people who actually look after the guys, they run it all. So in Hemel Hempstead there was 40 people. Like they other people have now organising it.
Oh wow!
Alongside us. So this year, bro, there was Reflective Trends, who are some local brothers, who they came and sponsored, they earned loads of money. They came down, helped out. Loads of people were involved this year. That's why it was so great, because previously it was just a few people from Inspire, but this year, like, I don't know if you saw social media, there's like 2 different areas, loads of people getting involved, and I think that raised even more awareness. So it was great, and hopefully next year will be even bigger.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And this is not to expose goodness. It's just like it's good. It's nice that it's a work thing, and that's what Men's Spa is. We do want to be known for giving back. You know what I mean?
It's one of the it's good because it represents one of the morals that Men's Spa has. One of the many.
Absolutely,
like,
it's a foundation, man.
Yeah.
And this is something that all our future shops you have to implement this giving back, because ultimately Allah's the most generous. When you do something for the sake of Him, He's only going to give you more. So it's ultimately only going to be a benefit for your business anyway. But it's something that we've had in our foundations of make sure you are giving back.
Very important.
It is 100%, especially if you remember how blessed we are. Like, not only have we got health, we've got warm houses, we've got money, whether it's a small amount of money in the bank. It's generally that the blessings are huge, man. So it's important to give back, even if it's just a little bit. And that's a reminder for myself as well, because we get so caught up chasing dunya, busy lives, you almost forget about a lot of people around you who are really, really in a lot worse position you are. It's just nice to kind of take time and contemplate that.
I think it's true, man, because that's the other thing that you notice is that we get so caught up in the things that we want or our desires, and you start to realize that, hold on a second, the things I'm like complaining about or I'm looking for like are such luxury things anyway, and the things that I already have are the things that other people are like would love to have. It's basics.
It's quite disgusting, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But we are a product of our environment. Ultimately, we're raised in the West. We're in a rat race, really.
Yeah, it's true.
Ultimately, but it's very important to sort of gauge human consciousness and really think about humankind around the world, because we're blessed here. There's obviously there's problems here, but we're blessed here. Let's think we could list many countries who are dealing with some serious issues, but we forget that. So by having human consciousness, it's just you've got to be aware of like all the humans that live in this world. And some people are going through, bro, there's people going through some
madness,
serious hardship, bro.
Yeah.
And we're complaining about not being able to get a new pair of trainers or not being able to go on holiday or whatever. And there's people who can't can't even get water and food in their bodies. You know what I mean?
It's true.
But it's human consciousness. And I keep saying that because really, like, take time and think about. It's not just about you. It's not just about the people around you. There's a lot of people in this world, like, and who's going to help them? It's up to us as well. It's ultimately the test for us.
Right?
It's our responsibility, bro. If people are struggling on the other side of the world, we can't say others unkind, and it's our job, the people who have got the sustenance and the blessings, to try and do what we can for the people who haven't. And it's very easy forgotten about, including myself. And it's a reminder for myself first and foremost. But we're very, very like caught up with our own things. Let's just take a little time out and think about some serious stuff that's going on around the world. It humbles you as well.
Yeah, it's true. And it makes you more grateful.
100%.
Some powerful talk there by S Empire. Keep building that empire. Let's go into a little break and then we'll carry on. We are back in the building in the back. We are.
Say?
Sam Empire, Sampire, Sam. How you doing, bro?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
Yourself?
Good. Yeah, good. Almost hit 20k on YouTube.
Jeez, bro.
On my past one.
That's very good.
We're doing good as well, Fresh FG.
You should have more like 100,000. I saw something the other day,
Yeah.
which made me think of you. It was the first time I've even seen what he looks like. Logan Paul,
Yeah.
YouTuber.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he recently...
The suicide thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go and
So
carry
it's
on.
the first time I've even seen who he is. You've mentioned him before, so I saw that he actually went to Japan to somewhere called Suicide Forest, which I've actually watched a Vice documentary on this Suicide
Really?
Forest, which is really... It's worth a watch. It's on Vice.
I'd love to watch that.
It's on Vice. It's called. I think it's just called Suicide Forest. Actually,
Okay.
it's in Japan. There's one guy basically is responsible. He goes there and just goes and tries to find the bodies in that. But this is the place. This is basically a place in Japan where people take their own lives. Logan Paul went there, did a video for his YouTube, and there was a body there hanging in the trees. And like, so they don't know if he planned to obviously find a body, but as he was recording himself, they find a body. But he actually he was laughing, and like there's lots of like laughter and stuff in it.
Have you watched it?
Nah, because he removed it. But I watched this little clip which was on just an Instagram like explore page. He deleted it, but obviously someone recorded it. So there was snippets of him laughing and stuff. And I don't think he's looking at a body and just laughing, but maybe he was just, the whole thing was too much. But he is laughing about a suicide. So he removed it and did like a public announcement apologising and stuff. But it was crazy, man.
Apparently people upset him because he monetized that video where he apologised.
What?
Like, you can
Make money off it?
Yeah.
Off the apology video?
I'm sure he just didn't turn off the monetization because you have to actively turn it off, I suppose. So I'm sure he just didn't turn it off.
Yeah, why would you though?
I think to show you're sincere or something. I don't know.
True.
I feel like I would just leave it on if I monetized YouTube videos.
I probably, if it was something that was making money, I probably wouldn't turn it off. If I was not a believer.
I think they're two
and
separate issues.
No, the guy, where's his moral stand? Why would he turn off how he makes his money? He makes very good money. Why would he turn that off with his morals?
Yeah, I agree.
My man's laughing at people hanging in a tree, bro, dead.
Yeah, it's true. Why would he turn
Savage.
off? Yeah,
That's not a good look.
no, it's not.
I'd like to think that if I was in the situation, I don't think humour would be running through my body. I think it'd be pretty scary, no?
Maybe he
I
deals
think
with
the
it.
idea
I
of
haven't seen the
Suicide
video,
Forest.
but-
I'm not judging the guy. I don't know the guy. The
Yeah,
guy
Suicide
publicly
Forest.
laughing
Yeah, it's true.
at someone who's killed themselves.
I don't think I'd put it up.
Well, no, you wouldn't. But maybe that's all part of his plan, and now I'm sitting here talking about it.
True.
Nate, what you got there, mate?
Is that how we're going to intro current events, yeah? Oh, so we just change now. Faisal goes Pakistan, comes back Pakistani. Now
You're the one who
all of a sudden-
starts the current events. We're waiting for you to do it. We're supposed to be doing current events now, and you haven't mentioned it. You said, "Hello, Sam. How are you?"
And then you said, I saw this thing recently. Made me
But people
think-
watching this, they didn't realise we had a very small break, and would have been talking normally, and then you're suddenly saying, "How are you, Sam?"
We did mention that we're going break.
It's true. Go and do the current events then.
Should I do it?
Go on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to enter current events. I said, we are about to enter current events. Current events.
Nate Rose.
Nate Rose. That's a good one.
He's a good one. Flows better. Flows well. It flows well.
Flows well.
Good stage name.
What are we going to do next week when there's like guests, people?
Whatever their name is, create a nickname, bang it.
Yeah. There and then, innit?
Yeah,
Improvise.
no.
Let's call him Nate Rose.
Yeah.
Could do.
Yeah. Well, we got Nate.
We're gonna jump straight into social media here.
Yeah.
And this one is social media firms must take more responsibility as children growing up chasing likes. Is like instead of just living their life, they're out here chasing them likes for the gram, you know?
Yeah, so hold on. It's what is it? Like an agency who...
There's the commissioner for England has been
Okay.
warned or something. I don't
Okay.
know. It's what's his name?
So some sort of commission has basically said that social media platforms need to do something to fix the fact that children are now just going to grow up and like their sole aim is going to be to like fish for likes. And he's basically this commissioner or something, or this commission
It's
is
a
basically
school commissioner. Yeah.
Oh, it's a school commission. Yeah,
The commission called them schools. My bad.
they're basically saying kids need to they basically saying the onus is on the actual social media platforms themselves, which I disagree with, because while it is a shame that we're going into this shamble, into this like spiral of like fishing for likes, I think that the social media platform themselves, that they're just out here creating businesses trying to make some pee. Do you think that the onus is on them?
No.
Not really, innit? It's like I know that sounds very like black and white, but I suppose like they're just businesses who are trying to make money. They put stuff out there, and obviously like if you're going to make a business, it's very clever to add a feature where people can get likes or not, because that is what makes your platform something that people are going to keep using.
It's true. Social media, there is so much benefit, and again, there's so much evil. Ultimately, it's how you use it, and what your intention of using your social media is for.
Yeah,
if you just have an account with pictures purely of yourself with no intention other than just to simply get likes from people and to show off and this, that, and the other, maybe it's questionable. And I do have pictures of myself on my Instagram, but ultimately, my Instagram, the intention behind it is to push my businesses. Wallahi, that's my intention. But then you get people who stick selfies of themselves up every day.
I
What's
think
their intention?
ultimately you've got to police yourself, isn't it?
You have to. I think you need to renew your intention and why you're using it, because you can't. I mean, there's so much. You hear so much stuff negative about social media, but the world, things wouldn't be like they are today without social media. It's ultimately anything you can use it. It's ultimately how you use it, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, it is what you make
But
it.
there is so much evil that has happened from it, but there is so much goodness that's happened from it. So where do
Just
I stand with
evaluate
it?
yourself.
I would say renew your intention and understand that internet likes, that's not real life. Really, you can't be like obsessed with making sure that your internet page is getting likes. Focus on day in, day out, the people around you, what you're doing. Focus on that. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
Are they liking your actions? Are the people around you liking your actions metaphorically? Would your family be clicking like?
Sorry, you asking
on
me a
that
question,
action you
or-
just did?
You
No,
asking
I'm
me-
just.
I don't know if you asked me a question.
No.
You're looking at me in a bizarre way.
No. Directing this out there. What's the next CE?
The next one. Right, we have a chef who has claimed to have spiked a vegan. And
Spiked a vegan?
And now she's receiving death threats.
What the chef is?
What does the article say? Does it is as in like with alcohol or with like meat?
With meat, I imagine.
It would
Vegans
be.
can have alcohol, bro.
No, but I mean like
Oh, it's
spike,
supposed
like,
to be
as in
spike.
like with a roofie or something.
But what
It would have been
No, it's
with
not.
something that's not
Sorry, I'm
vegan.
not sure
so
about my drugs. I'm not
you sound
aware.
like you watched The Hangover, the film The Hangover.
basically, the article is a chef who claims she spiked a vegan quits after death threats. So she's quit her job, her business, a lot.
But there's no more detail as to with what the chef spiked the vegan with, etc.
There's a lot to go through here.
Is there? Sorry, mate.
So maybe you guys can.
Just read it on the mic. We'll listen.
Well, the whole article.
Yeah, read the article, man.
How long is it?
Summarize.
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 Alright, let me skim it.
I'd like to know what. I would really like to know what the chef spiked the custom with, the vegan with.
You might also need to.
I'm trying to
bring-
see if it
is
actually
it-
says anything about.
Was it pork belly? Was it leg of lamb?
It doesn't actually say what it was
Did it
sparked.
say?
Really?
I imagine.
sparked it with. No.
Meat.
Yeah, that would make.
If they
that'd be more
if
sense,
they
yeah.
mentioned the word vegan, I imagine it was spiked with meat.
How did she announce it? That she spiked it.
Why would you spike a vegan?
I don't know, maybe she didn't like it. This is all the stuff that we need to know.
She announced it via a post on Facebook.
Oh, so she put it on Facebook.
Yeah. Into a group. It says, into the boring group on Facebook. Sparked outrage as Miss Goodman is said to have received their threats. It doesn't actually say what she said or how she
Really?
announced it.
Let me see. Let me catch that. Let me catch that article right here.
Are you gonna review it?
I'm gonna catch. Yeah, man, we need to know about this. What she.
She added, spiked a vegan a few hours ago, and also called the customer pious and judgmental.
Who announced it? The chef.
Yeah.
Oh, she announced that she spiked a vegan. And showing off about it. That's a stupid thing to do, isn't it?
Here it goes. So on the group, there's a screenshot. It says she wrote, "Pious, judgmental vegan who I spent all day cooking for has gone to bed, still believing she's a vegan." That's what she wrote on Facebook.
That's a bit savage.
And someone goes, "That's so mean." And someone goes, "You cooked
Can't see
willingly."
that, man.
Huh? You can't see that?
No. I got the bit you just said about being pious and judgmental.
I'm gonna give you my phone. It says, someone commented saying, "You cooked willingly for someone you know is vegan, making it non-vegan, and then bring about it behind their back, and then brag about it behind their back. Who is the pious, judgmental one here, really?"
True.
Yeah,
It's a bit unnecessary, isn't it?
slightly.
I think it is.
They take this.
A bit deep, isn't it?
Oh, I definitely don't want to.
He smashed the phone, it smashed the screen, and it took him a year to replace it.
Yeah, it smashed again.
You smashed it again?
Yes, like
When?
I don't know how, but it
Is it
smashed.
broken now?
It's got a crack in it. It's not as bad.
Take it to Dubai.
Yeah.
Do you remember how excited? You were on that first day? You're like, yes, I'm gonna get it sorted out for £1. And
Man, I
we
wanna
went
watch
in there. We went in there like so determined to get it for £1. We were being so like I was walking up so like
mean.
so mean,
Such bravado.
mean and aggressive to all the guys saying no, it has to be cheap, and they were giving us such good prices.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I want to go.
You should take that vlog down. It's a bit too
I want to go
intimidating.
watch the Dubai vlogs again.
I watch them sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, nice, good memories, man.
I want to watch
Fun
them.
memories. It was really nice to meet the brother Shahid the other week as well.
That's one thing that I like about vlogging is that you could kind of go back on like periods of your life.
For sure.
I was watching one video yesterday with like I'd shot with my nan like years ago, bro, and I was looking at how bad my acne was. And I never knew that I had actually got better.
Really?
I think it's because of my health, the fact that I actually decided to fix up a bit of my health.
Yeah, imagine so.
I think the correlation must be
Yeah. Being healthy, less spotty skin, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Did
Being
that.
healthy, looking healthier, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nathan.
Alright, I'm going to jump into this Christmas article, kind of relates to what Sam was talking about earlier.
Nice.
We have a ungrateful man lashes out after a girlfriend tells him he's getting a £2 Lynx gift set for Christmas.
That's a solid gift.
Yeah.
So she got him a link set as the main thing there.
Yeah, and that was basically it. And
What did he get her? Does it say?
it doesn't say what he got her, apart from he pinned her down and was strangling her.
Oh, wow.
And he had to spend...
That explains quickly.
Whoa!
spent Christmas and New Year's in a cell, so...
Wow.
That is horrible.
Was he drunk or something?
Steve Manson, 21 from Scotland.
Steve.
21-year-old.
Oh, he's 21.
You had your whole life ahead of you, Steve. Strangled a woman.
Still got his whole life ahead of him, but...
Yeah, but no,
Steve,
imagine
mate,
trying to
it's
get...
almost life the material items,
Bro,
mate.
you ain't got your life ahead of you when you're publicly on all of the news now. You reckon you can get employed now? It's a quick Google of your name. True though, because everyone
true,
employees
man.
Google your name nowadays. And quick
He strangled his
Google-
missus, actually. That's pretty
Strangled
raw.
his missus because she got him a £2 set.
Yeah. But he was cleared of all charges.
Really?
At the end of
Oh,
it, yeah.
she didn't press charges.
I'd love to be. I'd love to be a fly on the wall to see that in some ways, just out of curiosity, like to see a man get that upset about getting a present. What? Like,
That's mad. Over a £2
Yeah.
set.
the other. What else? What else is there? I don't want to talk about
People need Iman. People need a dean.
I'm kind of lost where do I go back to it? There you are.
Where we at?
You sent me about an Apple iPhone. Apple will replace your iPhone battery for £25.
Yeah. So
That's very rude. Very, very rude. What you're doing.
hey Sam, is it really though?
Well, yeah, you're pointing directly in my face. Is it really though?
That is really rude.
Really
and that felt really aggressive the way you did it.
I did it. I actually was worried. I thought,
Yeah.
wow, am
I
I going
thought
to touch
you
his
had
eye?
to
I
hit me.
forgot
Yeah.
how my
Wow.
arm was.
I had my eye test this week, by the way.
What did the optician say?
He said that I hadn't had an eye test in like 4 years, but he said that it hasn't really changed.
Did you not have to get any new specs or anything?
I don't need any, but I'm gonna get some because mine are broken.
That's right. Because it'd be unfair to say that opticians just are just.
Yeah.
I've actually learned. I learned a lesson. Opticians definitely aren't just on a hustle.
No, they're not
They're
because
doing a job. They know about their eyes, and it's important. So
and they check for illnesses.
You turned to me in Dubai on the last time we did the podcast, and you said, "Sam, do you think dentists and opticians?" And I said, "Yes, definitely." But I'd have to just almost take that back a little bit.
I somewhat agreed. I agreed with you as well.
I think maybe because
then,
I'm basing it from an experience from what I've had, but a few people, opticians, got in contact and I think ironed it out. So,
bro, my uncle is an optician, as I was saying, and the other one was an optician, and they were saying that you could actually find, like, if someone has cancer or something for an eye test.
And we were refuting them.
Yeah,
horrible men.
We are horrible people, aren't we, though, Sam?
Yeah.
Want to get back onto the?
Yeah. So, bro, you know how Apple?
Oh yeah, go on. Yeah.
Basically, they admitted, didn't they, that they slow down iPhones.
They what?
They admitted that they slow down old iPhones.
Oh, we said stole.
Slow them down.
Really?
Yeah.
So you have to get new.
Yeah. And now, to get customer loyalty back, they're offering all iPhones after the iPhone 6. Even if your iPhone battery is great, you can still get your iPhone battery replaced for $25 at a discounted rate, basically.
Pounds.
Is that a good gesture? How much do the batteries cost them?
Don't know.
Probably pennies.
20 quid though. I might go and get my
25 quid,
battery.
you
I'm
said?
going to get my battery replaced. Yeah, no, $25. I think.
I'm sure I paid about between £60 and £80 when I got my battery changed.
Really?
Maybe that was a bit pricey. I don't know.
I once had a swollen battery in my phone.
Yeah, they replaced that, don't they?
Swollen.
Free.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
swollen. Yeah, actually, it was like popping out my screen and everything.
I'm going to get mine replaced if they're doing that, because my battery's quite weak, so I could do with my battery. Yeah. Do you think that's a good gesture, or do you think they should just be like, you know what, we'll bang him out for free?
I don't think it's a good gesture. No. Why are you slowing people's phones down? Nasty. Let people just crack on with an old phone. Not everyone needs to chase. I know. There's morals as well in business as well.
It's true.
They've had to go out their way to slow people's phones down, which is
So
going to be a
they get a
huge
new one.
inconvenience, just so they have to buy a new one. That's terrible, bro.
Yeah, it
Let
does
the
make you
people
want. It
live.
does make you want to boycott
Not
them,
everyone,
doesn't it?
of course, not everyone wants to chase the latest phone. Not everyone can afford that. Some people are just happy with an old iPhone.
Yeah.
I see people on the road with old iPhones. I think if you're happy with it, great.
Yeah, rate that. Makes people want to go to Samsung.
That doesn't make it makes me.
The
I
Apple
really
products are
like
very
Apple.
good.
I do really like Apple.
So basically, I can't get my iPhone updated because it's a 5.
Yeah, it's true. It has to be 6 or 6S.
Right, next we've got the ITV news at 10, where the team had to be evacuated from the studio due to a fire alarm.
Live on TV?
Live on TV.
Really? I thought that was going to happen to us a minute ago.
Yeah.
The
When
fire alarm
went
went off.
Yeah.
I thought, imagine if we were shooting it, as in it was live, because we didn't
That's
have
true.
type of recording.
That is very true.
Let me get the video up for you.
Yes, I'm intrigued.
Oh.
Okay, well, as you can probably tell, we have a fire alarm. You could probably tell
Show
that
us the
before we
screen.
went into that report, but we still have a fire alarm here. And
When
we're
was
not
this
quite
recently?
sure what to do about it, so I'm really sorry about this, but I'm afraid we have to.
That's interesting. I don't know what to do about it. Yeah, what would you do? How would you say? You're not trained for that.
Unfortunately, it's happened tonight,
Yeah.
and we have very little choice. So I really apologise. We'll get back to you with the rest of the programme if we possibly can. But for now, it's good night.
That's so interesting. Live TV. Bro, do you know what? You just said, actually, that triggered a thought. You said, do you think that they train for that? And bro, apparently, once a week or something, or once a day, no, it must be once a week or something like that, the BBC News team have to train for when the Queen dies.
Really?
The emergency broadcast.
Serious, yeah? Really?
Because, and that's fact, because,
train for it.
yeah, that's fact.
What do you think about that?
Was it once a week? But anyway,
What do you think about
at least
that? Well,
once
they
a week.
actually they talk about the speech.
Because what it is, bro, is it'll be, when it happens, it'll be an emergency broadcast, won't it? So as soon as it happens, whatever TV program you're watching, everything switches to the news. And I think that the BBC is like the nation's channel or something. So like that's who like it'll be broadcasted. So anyway, so they have to be prepared for whatever they're speaking about, whatever's happening. They're prepared for like literally. So it's just gone through blah blah blah. The Queen's
Right.
So they have to train for it.
Really?
Yeah.
So my man was trained almost. They get training for sudden surprises.
Yeah. So I assume they get trained for a few things, then I guess.
He handled it quite well. What can you
I
say?
mean, yeah, he was literally like, I don't know what to do, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Good night.
yeah. suppose you have to. If the building's being evacuated, what can you do?
I'll probably finish my report.
Imagine if it was just a fire. Imagine if it was just a test. You'd be like, wow, like, did you guys really have to do the test now?
It's true, yeah.
Innit?
I'm sure it wasn't a test.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if it was something like, I remember one time, I think
Sure
in
they're
uni
more
or school or
organised.
something, someone had like burnt like some bread or something in a toaster. It was so minor, nothing happened. The whole fire alarm went off. Fire alarm would go off a lot in uni,
Would it?
in the halls. Yeah, a lot.
People doing things.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Is that the end of current events?
On that note, well, you've got a weather report here that you've sent me.
Oh, of course. Storm Eleanor.
Eleanor.
That's what they call it anyway.
Yeah, Eleanor.
But bro,
She's
yeah, go on.
she's left now,
Okay.
but following that, we've got some extreme icy temperatures on the way. So
Yeah, we discussed it before that. Like, it's weird that they call it names, but obviously, as we know, like, Allah decrees the weather. And bro, the point of it was that it was horrendously cold. Did you experience it?
When?
The storm that happened the other day, about 2 days ago.
the wind.
Bro, did you experience it?
Wind was horrific.
It's mad, wasn't it? Did you wake up? Did you get woken in the middle of the night?
Oh, I thought it
No,
was
I didn't get
windy.
woken up by it, but it took me a while to get to sleep.
Is that why, yeah?
Did you get woken up by it?
No.
I did.
I heard it here. You can probably
Soft.
still hear it now. The roof up there is still rattling.
I've noticed
so.
some strong winds around me though, yeah. Is that what it is, yeah?
Yeah, man. The storm.
Yeah, I was actually walking down the road. It was like quite a thin road, and it was the whole road. I was like thinking, "Rah, why this road must be like a wind trap or something?" Because like everything was shaking, and I could really feel it. Like, yeah, that's why then, yeah. At
Madness.
least I know why now.
Yeah. The people who come and collect the rubbish in my area, they didn't come
When the other day.
on the day that they meant to come. It was
Mine haven't come today.
yeah, it was the day after the storm, and so they actually came today. Actually, so they've been now, but everyone had put their rubbish out.
Oh, so it went everywhere.
It went everywhere.
Oh, no.
The whole like area, man.
Did people take it upon themselves to clear it up, or?
I
Bin them do
imagine.
it?
I don't know what happened.
Do you
but
see consciously people? Is it still messy?
It's not messy, so I assume people clean up. But I imagine that loads of people rang the council and just complained.
Yeah.
Especially where I live, there's a lot of elderly people, and
yeah.
they've got time. My granddad used to do that a lot.
What?
Just like if people had to be called, he'd had time for it towards the end of his life. In fact, actually, I saw an article today that said that this old man and his granddad, he's currently recording his voice for his grandchildren. So he's making little things. I don't know what he's doing, but let's say, imagine if he's, I don't know, recording like his voice for like things that happen in his grandchildren's lives. That's quite cute, interesting, isn't it? Because when me and my granddad were very close, and when he passed away, I still had some of his. He always when he called you, if you don't answer, he's like one of the rare people who'd actually leave a voice mail. And so when he died, I had lovely like voicemails from him.
Really?
I don't have anymore because I switched. I don't have that phone anymore, so I lost my voicemails. But it was really nice for a while to hear his voice and like little things that I would be like a voicemail, like Assalamu alaikum Faisal, like you forgot to do this or that, or
You just
could
in the back.
call me?
It's nice.
Yeah, it was nice, man. So death is inevitable, isn't it, Sam?
Yeah.
Sorry to be so harsh.
Yeah. Ultimately, yeah.
Is there anything guaranteed?
Life and death.
Yeah, man.
I've come up with a few powerful bars. If you want to bang out some powerful bar about death, please.
No, I was just it's just it's sad that, I mean, we obviously discussed about the fact that we don't talk about it enough.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where not talking about it is not going to help, is it? Because it's not going anywhere, and people are ill and people deteriorate and this, that, the other, and we can always sit here on our high horses and think, oh, bless those people, or we feel sorry for those people. But at the end of the day, bro, we don't know. When Allah has willed for it that we're going to die, we're going to die. And it could be now, it could be today, it could be in 50 years' time. But the point is that it could be today. And we should actually question ourselves every single day, am I ready to die? And when I say I'm ready to die, not like, because I don't think you're ever ready, but in terms of, if I die now, am I more likely to go to heaven or go to hell? Now, we can't answer that question because Allah is the judge, yeah? And it's up to him on how he judges us, what he does, etc., etc. However, we can ourselves criticize ourselves, be like, look, am I doing everything I can to be satisfied with, to an extent, to be like, you know what, I've given it a good shot? And if our answer is like probably not, which it probably is, mine is, then we need to know. We need to figure out what we can do to make sure that we can have a better. We can.
So what is the first step you take?
Prayer.
Toba.
Toba, yes. Forgiveness.
Because ultimately, Allah won't let you into His Jannah on your good deeds.
Correct.
It's out of His mercy.
Correct.
Now, we know that the majority of us do more bad deeds than good deeds.
Yep.
And we've got to be prepared that there's scales there. So unless we're involved in doing good deeds 24/7, 7 days a week, which we won't be, realistically, you need to fall back into Toba and repentance.
Very true.
So simply, no one's perfect. But alhamdulillah, our Lord is the most merciful. So if you turn to Him with sincerity that you want to move away from whatever you're doing which isn't right, and you're sincere that you want to move away from it, He'll forgive you for it. And all the bad deeds that you do, if you repent and ask Him to say, and you say, sorry, please genuinely forgive me, and He will forgive you. So really, ultimately, our key to paradise is through Toba and repenting. It really is.
It's true.
Because
we're not going to be good enough.
It's not like you can pay enough charity or do this, do that. That's not necessarily going to guarantee you Jannah. But you need to make sure you got to realise that your book's going to be given your left hand or your right hand, man. And if you can't indulge yourself with that much good deeds, which is difficult, what's your solution? Toba, which everyone can do, and you can do it whenever you want.
SubhanAllah. It's true.
Yeah.
You can do it whenever you want.
Yeah, and you should do it. The Salaf used to, before they went to sleep, they would sit and they would contemplate their day, and then they would remember things they've done which would be displeasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then they would repent for it. And if all of us are real, you sit there at the end of the day and you what you think about what you've done in the day. I'm sure you can pick out a few faults. And I certainly can pick out many faults.
Yeah, definitely, every single day.
And we just, and we put repentance off. Shaitan wants us to put repentance off. We sometimes don't feel like repentance is the key, man. Without that, without repenting and asking for forgiveness, we ain't got much hope, bro.
Very true. Nate had hijama yesterday.
I saw his back.
Yeah, we should ask him about it. Because last time we tried asking about it, he was busy.
I was speaking, when you went off, we were chatting. He's going to make it a lifestyle thing. He's planning to do it next month.
Really?
Next month, did you say?
Yeah, once a month is the required amount.
So how was it then? It was your first time. You got cupping done, wet cupping.
Yeah.
And what was your perception of it before you had it done?
Did you know much about it before you had it done?
Well, I knew a little because he'd come in the office and we'll speak about it and I hear things about it and the benefits from it. So I thought, why not? I've got a certain amount of pain in certain parts of my body. Like I had my back done, shoulder and knees. So I think I got like the full works. And
You got your knees done as well?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Shoulders, knees, toes.
Didn't get that far. But
You can cut that
yeah, alright right now. But yeah, at the time I had a lot of pressure on my lower back when I was laying down getting it done. But as soon as I got up, I felt it like disappear almost.
Was it painful?
No, surprisingly, it's a lot of pressure, but I wouldn't say pain because as you know, I'm kind of used to getting my body worked on. So
How did you have it done over any of your tattoos?
yeah, on my shoulder.
Really? And how?
Still, nice little red circle up there.
Does that mean that do you know where he's cut it? Does that mean that your tat is gone?
No, it will heal up. That's why you've got to let the scab heal properly. It's only a little slit.
Seven layers of skin down. I think it goes.
Really?
Yeah, I've lost bits of tattoo from I fell off a moped and lost bits of tattoo.
Oh, I remember you fell off the moped.
Yeah, you went there, have you?
No, you told me about it though.
But I lost I've lost bits of tattoos from bad like that.
Really?
But yeah, it's 7 levels down, so it's quite a lot to get rid of it basically.
So if you get a little pimple, you think it's gone now, but it just ink goes back over it.
If you really go, it'll come off.
Really?
Yeah.
And because it's a big misconception that it's painful. I think that's a big reason people don't get it done.
I think it's the way it looks. That's why when you see a picture of your,
It does.
To be honest, it does look.
Of course it does, man.
Well, blood is when you look at it, sometimes doesn't. You know what I mean? It makes you not feel at ease, does it?
Yeah.
not everyone can handle it. So
Of course. You planning on getting it done anytime soon?
Yeah, inshallah. Yeah. Every time I've had it done, I feel good. I felt good.
How many times have you had it done?
I think I've had it done
Is it
3 or 4 times
I'm
now.
surprised you don't make it a bit more of a regular thing, just because it's around the corner and you see Abdul Hakim quite a lot and that.
Yeah, it's true. I only recently started seeing him so much.
Right.
Yeah, because we're working on his website and stuff.
Okay.
And Nate, question I was going to ask you was there a lot of like bad blood that came out of you, like the jelly type of dark blood?
Yeah, there was. It was all in my back mainly as well.
Did he do the top where he said it was called the?
I can't remember what it was called.
What, the top of the neck?
It was like callus or something. Khalid, I don't know. He had a name for it.
Oh,
Something
the kahil. The kahil. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Did he call it that to you as well?
Yeah. Then he said it another way.
Yeah. So how you see? He said that's like a really effective part of the place to do it.
Yes, I think that's like to do with the chakras and stuff, and that was to do with the mind, that one up there.
You know, the first ever time I got hijama done, I got it done on my head, the back of my head.
Oh, really?
Right here, and he shaved my hair, the guy, and he did hijama on my head. What? And I had this big, because he said that it's good for memorization, but at the time I had only just started practicing maybe a month or two, and so I didn't know, even if I could memorize, I didn't know how to read Quran. So
Right.
I was to memorize, but I still get it done because my friend did. And I had a big that scar on my head for a long, because on your head it takes a long time to go. It was there for a long time, and I had to always wear a hat at home because I used to live with Omar at the time, and he found it really like sickening to look at. Like it did look really. It was a massive scar on the back of my head, and so I
remember you saying that actually.
Not that he would see me sleep, but because we
watching
shared a
you
room,
over your bed.
if I got up in the morning out of bed and he saw it, he really like.
Did he make you wear a hat?
He's quite queasy, yeah.
Did you want to wear that?
No, not really.
Wearing a hat to sleep is a commitment.
No, I don't think while
say
sleeping in bed when I was like
So
when
you
I
wake up, the first thing you do is
chuck the hat on, yeah.
what kind of hat was it? Woolly hat.
I think so. It's my big bro, innit?
It's good.
know.
I'll do a lot
It's
for him.
granny
Yeah,
caps.
of course. That's good.
Yeah, so he's quite queasy. So like if he sees blood and stuff, he faints and that.
Okay, that's good.
For some
yeah,
reason,
hide that
I don't
from
know
him.
why.
Yeah, good. I thought,
Yeah.
just question whether it was a power trip or not.
No.
Joking.
You will wear a hat now until the scar has gone and your hair has gone back. No. So that's good. I'm glad that you had a good first experience at Hijama. And can I mention the thing that I mentioned yesterday that I've been telling everybody?
Yeah, go for it.
I know it's not a religious thing, but it's just interesting because it's a very good topic for us to talk about.
It is actually.
'Cause the
Yeah,
health and
I wouldn't mind talking about it myself.
Yeah, so Nate has. Imagine if I mentioned something completely different that you don't know. Nate, yes. When did you decide it?
I would have said it would have been yesterday, the day before, when I was just.
So within the
Laying
last
there.
couple of days, Nate has decided to completely give up alcohol, the consumption of alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah, full stop.
completely.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll stay to it?
Yeah, well, I'm strong enough in my head to do it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think after the last few days, I was feeling a bit rough after like New Year's and stuff. I didn't drink much, but the effect it had on my body was a bit like, wow, maybe.
Ultimately, you're poisoning your body, aren't you?
Yeah, and I started to feel a bit toxic and stuff, and I didn't
Yeah.
like it. And what alcohol has done to my family in the past, and that has kind of made me want to stop even more. And the feeling it would give me, like to at one point, I almost felt like I needed it to be a bit more confident.
Really?
And
Dutch courage, they call it.
yeah, and I didn't want to mask myself to.
Oh, so you don't rely on.
Yeah, I didn't want to rely on
Substance,
anything like that, or I wanted to be fully conscious of what I'm doing and be more confident in my own person instead of using something
For
like
sure.
that. So, yeah.
Do you feel like because in the past couple months or past year you've genuinely gained more confidence as a person yourself anyway, that
Yeah.
you no longer have built up enough confidence to like not feel like you have to rely on it basically?
Yeah, I've been saying this as well. This past year has been like the best year of my life to do with self-growth and
Alhamdulillah.
just becoming free of other shackles that I've had and that. Yeah,
Would you class it as a shackle?
alcohol.
Yeah.
Not really. I was never like addicted to it. I would just have it on just because if it was there if I was going out somewhere.
Was it on occasion or was it a regular?
Yeah, on occasion. I would never just be in my room just
Yeah,
sitting there drinking. But
of course.
there'd be a time that if I was going to meet somebody I haven't met before, like if I was going to do a photo shoot or something, and I'd be a bit nervous. I maybe have a cider or something. I don't know. That's how it was. And
Dutch courage. I remember when I was
Yeah.
younger, it's something that the same thing to be fair, when I was doing certain things is I might have a few drinks before you do it because it does boost your confidence. It like enhances you, but it's a slippery slope.
It is.
So when you say because you've given it up, is it because you've mentioned the mental benefits and the physical benefits? Was it a decision based on the because you didn't like what it did to you mentally, or you didn't need it anymore mentally, or because you didn't like the physical aspect of it?
Mainly, I didn't like the physical after effects of it anyway, but mentally is the main reason. Because I just wanted to be fully confident in myself, just to do things instead of thinking, oh, maybe I need that or need this and all that.
I rate that.
Yeah.
I read that.
That's like, 'cause I grew up hearing that little saying, give a man a mask and he'll tell you the truth. And I didn't want to have a mask to tell anybody the truth. So that's
Rate that, man.
that's it.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you, man. Because Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that alcohol is the mother of all evils. And I can relate to that from obviously I haven't drunk for 4 years, alhamdulillah. But when I was in Jahiliyyah and I was quite reckless, to be honest. And the amount of issues and problems and nasty things that have happened due to alcohol, like, yeah, it is a real evil. For me personally, some people can control it, but it's a real evil. It caused me a lot of issues, man. Because ultimately, you're poisoning yourself and you're becoming someone that you're not. So it's not even, like I said, enhancing. It's not even enhancing. You're almost like, you meet someone that you see them when they're drunk. You'll say that it's not the same person. It's like ultimately you lose yourself and you're masked with just this alcohol, but it's not even really you. It's not you because you don't behave like that any other day. You're only behaving like that because you've drunk X amount of this, that, and the other. And yeah, man, I think it was beautiful when I my reason for giving up alcohol was becoming Muslim, but it gave me my life back because I was addicted to going out at the weekend 3 or 4 times and through the week and whatever. I wasn't the kind of person who'd ever go to the pub and have like a social like pint or whatever. I was never that, but I'd go out socially and would drink it, but it would just like I would lose so much precious time nursing a hangover and being ill the next day. And I if I went out one night, I'd be definitely written off the next day, possibly even the day after that. So I'm looking at my week now, thinking, "Rah, I can't do this, that, and the other because I'm going out the night before." It was quite a sorry state of affairs, to be honest. I remember becoming Muslim and breaking through those shackles, like you said, of alcohol and going out and consuming whatever. And actually, I feel like I got my life back because I felt like a lot of my life was taken away from just like being hungover or being like whatever. So yeah, allow that stuff, man. You don't want me talking real about alcohol, do you, bro?
What?
You don't mind me talking real about alcohol?
No, bro. I think it's important.
We've never touched upon it on this.
And the other
podcast.
thing is, we don't know. Like you said, we don't know like everything about our listeners, and we have non-Muslim listeners and Muslim listeners, and we got it's interesting, man.
But
it's even interesting having Nate on like as a producer, and us because even if we had Nate on as a producer, we haven't really spoke to him.
True.
And we normally have Red and stuff like that, and Red's obviously Muslim, and so it's interesting to get a different perspective anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because ultimately, not everyone who's listening to this is Muslim.
True.
You know?
Well, Nate's listening to us now, isn't
Only
he?
because he has to.
Yeah, it's true. Scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate producing Freshly Guarded?
He's enjoyed it more today. I think you've enjoyed it more today than previous. Would you agree, or?
I've enjoyed it, yeah. I feel a bit more relaxed and...
You're a bit more stuck in, I would say. I think it's nice that you've got the mic, you're talking, current events. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I like it though, it's good. He's talking about tattoos. It's good. These things don't come up otherwise.
It's true.
It's very true. Big up yourself.
Throw it in there.
Big up yourself.
Anyone?
So do you think a reason that your year's been so good is because you're in your environment and your surroundings?
Yeah, 100%. Because I've always been that person to surround myself with people that will benefit me. Even from a young age, I've never hung out on the street because I knew what it would do. I've seen it happen to my family and stuff, and I've never decided to go down that road. So even now,
were you ever drawn to that?
Never.
Nah, even though around you, that's what you'd see.
It's been around me my whole life, but I've always stayed away from it. So
because you witnessed the evils of it and realised that you want nothing to do with it, or you just
I've
enough common sense to
just witnessed many evils of it, and it's made me stay away even more. And the warnings I've had from not going near it from like my dad, for example. I'm not going to go into any of that stuff because
of course.
But right now I've got all the guys in the office. I've got my other close friends I have outside of here as well, which just keep me grounded. I got a nice little tight circle.
Keep you freshly grounded.
That's good, man. Ultimately, yeah, we're a product of an environment, man. It's very important to make sure that we do surround ourselves with the right people, because the people you spend your time with, they have an effect on you, whether however strong-minded you are.
Yeah.
If you spend time with people who are negative, it will have an effect on you.
Yeah,
if you spend time with people who are positive, it will have an effect on you. So it's important, man.
There's nothing but positivity coming from this environment.
Yeah, it's a very nice environment. This environment, man. Alhamdulillah, man. A lot of blessings in these rooms, man.
So I spend most of my time here.
It's good. Staying out of trouble, focusing on work. It's good, man.
I always like contemplate on the fact that like the issue of like companionship is like so heavy in the deen, and also like in non-religious world. Like I can't remember the name of this philosopher or scientist. There's this, I think, philosopher, non-Muslim, who said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most of your time around. And I was thinking about, like, even if you think about the deen, and about how ahadith are narrated and stuff, there's so much like emphasis always put on companions, salaf, the people around Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if you even look at the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's always narrated by like the people around him, and also the relationships like he has with them and how he has spoken about them sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Like, for example, the class I was at the other day spoke about like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was describing like each like one of his closest companions, and saying like Uthman radiallahu anhu, who had like the most haya, and like I think it was Umar ibn Khattab had the most strength. But basically talking about like the positives of like each of his friends sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I think that's interesting that like we shouldn't like skim over the fact that like companionship is such a big thing, clearly, otherwise it wouldn't be spoken about so much.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, ultimately you want to be around people that can only benefit you, and that's not in a selfish way. That's life. You want to be around people that can lift you higher, take you further, encourage you. And I posted something. Actually, Wesley Snipes posted it on his Twitter, and I reposted it just because it was just interesting. Is that if your group of friends don't applaud for you when something good happens, change your group of friends, because you see people, when you're genuinely, like you said, you were genuinely, when I did the Dublin thing, you said how genuinely happy you were.
Yeah.
That's the kind of people you want around you, people who are genuinely want to see you go far, genuinely. Because I know people around me that it would bring me so much happiness to see them do well. Wallahi, it would, yeah. But if you're around people, and I see this, and you're around people, like something good happens, and they're like, friends are like, I see people, something good happens, and someone will say something negative. It's like, this is evil.
Yeah, it's evil.
And it happens a lot. It happens a lot. And you even said it. You even made a point of saying, I was genuinely happy, because maybe other times, maybe envious you can fall into.
You get jealous, yeah.
But realistically, how powerful is that? If you're not around the people that when you announce something that something's good happened, and they're not genuinely like attached to that and thinking yes, like almost like it's their success as well. If you're not around that,
you love for your brother, you love for yourself, innit?
Exactly that.
Remember, in one episode of the podcast, we really contemplated on that, didn't we? That saying, like, love for your brother, you love for yourself. We really think deep about it, because it's such a deep saying. Like, if you really love for your brother, you love for yourself, then like, what if you really live by that? What an amazing person you would be, because for yourself, you would love everything good. So if you love that for your brother, mad.
I think that with a balance,
as in, like, your brother.
That with a balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like dealing with that with a balance. Because if you wanted love for your brother, love for yourself, that means you'd give maybe your brother everything that you had.
But I think it's more to do with like what we just discussing kind of thing. Like, I love for you that you open up the Dublin store, but because of the like fact that it got you to the next step. But I wouldn't love for myself to open up a barbershop in Ireland, because I would run that business down to the ground. I'd run. Bro, let's round this podcast off with a lovely kind of transition, because we were just discussing the store in Dublin, into Derry.
Yeah.
Tell me about it, because I don't know anything about it. I just seen it on your social media.
Okay. So Londonderry, Northern Ireland.
Where is Derry? I have no idea.
Northern Ireland, about half an hour from Belfast.
Okay.
So I went there when I remember me and Mai did that trip. We went to Dublin, then we went from Dublin to Derry. Yeah. That was for that trip.
Okay.
So Alhamdulillah, within this month, inshallah, we'll be opening our third shop in Londonderry, just around the corner from Belfast, man.
Wow.
So yeah, we're very, very happy, man. Alhamdulillah.
May Allah put blessings in it.
Ameen. So yeah, it's just getting the finishing touches and stuff done to the unit now. And I'm hoping for the 9th. I'm aiming for the 9th, inshallah. So make the while that it's a success.
Inshallah.
And it goes ahead, inshallah.
Love to get an update on that, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to be going out there now. I'll be confirmed when I go out there. But I hope maybe the 9th, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah,
Hope all goes well. Pray all goes well, inshallah.
Make the offer, inshallah.
Inshallah. Guys, with that being said, this was episode 41 of Freshly Grounded. We are back, and we're back, essentially.
We are back.
We took a week out, and it wasn't fun, but we did it. But I mean, we had fun weeks. Sam was working a lot.
You were chasing monkeys.
Yeah, chasing monkeys. We'll be back next week, inshallah. We should have a guest producer as well, which would be nice and fun. With that being said, I'm Faisal Chowdhury. That's Sam Palmer.
That's Nate Rose.
That's Nathan Rose. We out of here.